Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the James Brown Podcast. I'm your host Raj, and with me, as always, is my co-host Spencer.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
Good. Not always, though. I'm not always with you.
There hasn't been a situation where you haven't been with me.
Well, the podcast last week, or on the 23rd at least, I was technically not with you.
Yeah, but you're still on the podcast.
You still didn't change the title, man. You totally amped people up to have it just Raj, and then all of a sudden Spencer's there, and they're probably disappointed.
Nah, they were excited. I wanted to keep you a surprise.
I guess so.
Yeah, I thought people would like that.
You want bows on my nipples?
What? What the hell did you just say?
It's so early, I'm sorry.
It's really, we're recording early in the goddamn morning because we have stuff to do later.
Let's not tell them the actual time.
Neither.
Because it's not actually that early.
Well, for us, it's early.
It's pretty early for us.
Look, we're night people.
Yeah.
It's just how we are. It's why we get along so well. So, unless this is not a two-parter, which it may not be, then you don't know what we're talking about. But we are reviewing, and I've hyped this up for the last week, the Good Job Club, or the GJ Club. They never explain what it actually is, but they say good job.
He says, isn't it the Good Job Club? And then she says at the beginning, well, what else did you think it was? So I think it's the Good Job Club.
Yeah, the GJ Club. And it sounds like they're saying good job, but it could also just be the Japanese trying to say GJ and failing.
Yeah. Good job.
Good job. So this is Slice of Life. This has actually been requested a lot. And I don't know why, because like some of the things that have been requested, for example, Orimo, I understand why.
We'll not review.
Controversial. We might one day for a special episode.
You know what? The first season was great. I actually really liked it. The second season jumped too far ahead of me. And if I didn't read the manga or light novel or whatever it's based off of,
I think it's a visual novel.
Then I wouldn't have been able to know what was going on.
It's an H game.
All of a sudden, Kuroneko is like his girlfriend. And that was not happening in season 1. I don't know, whatever.
I don't care about Orimo. So Good Job Club is Slice of Life, which is much more down your alley than it is mine. I am not a fan of Slice of Life. I think the only Slice of Life series that I've ever managed to finish, and I had to do it through sheer like force of will, was Lucky Star. And the only reason I finished it was because of peer pressure. Because it was in high school, and then there's this guy we used to hang out with a lot more named Langus. And he loves, like, cutesy, like, Slice of Life. And he was like, you gotta watch Lucky Star, man. It's so good. It's the best. And I watched, 10 episodes, and I just couldn't take it anymore. But then he wouldn't shut up, so I finished it. And it's not good. It's just not. It's so...
GJ Club is better, you said.
GJ Club is better than Lucky Star. It's more entertaining. It also helps that it's, like, had less than half the amount of episodes. 12 episodes is what Slice of Life should aim for and stay. A 25 episode Slice of Life series is not good.
Unless the characters are really, really, really agreeable and you really like them, then it should keep going. Like Nichigo. Or Nichijo or whatever it's called.
Nichigo. You combine Nichijo and Ichigo. Speaking of characters you don't really like, I was not a fan of Kyotaro Kyoro, sorry. I was not a fan of Kyoro-kun for a very, I won't say very long time.
His real name's Kyoya, but they call him Kyoro as the nickname that they decided to give him.
It's a good nickname.
Because it's the nickname of, what was it, his name?
Yeah, Kyoya.
And then him always staring and looking awkwardly in places.
Yeah, exactly. Which makes sense.
Yeah. He's such a pansy, though.
He is. He's a wet
dude. He's the biggest pansy. And he always does, like, you don't really see this that much, but he goes,
He does, yeah.
And then he just takes it. Even though he's surrounded by a bunch of, fairly attractive women, I don't see how it'd be domineered.
One of the reasons that I like this a lot better than Lucky Star is because it's a harem. Like, this is a harem, more or less. All the girls like him. He's the only dude in the club. And his harem, of course, extends outside the club to other side characters, which is pretty funny.
Which is ridiculous.
So, for main characters, okay, our character Scree just left us. Okay, we have Kyoro, and then the main love interest / lolly / president of the Good Job Club is Mao. And she's your typical soon lolly, but her little, I guess character trait is the fact that she bites Kyoro whenever he does something that annoys her. And I always liked it when she did that just because the style of the animation will go really cutesy.
Yeah.
And like the big eyes and like the accentuated mouth. I like that. And he always says, oh, stop, it hurts. But then later on in the series, he's like, no, I don't get mad when you bite me. Like, what is wrong with you? Just get mad at her.
It's creep, man.
Yeah, stupid. Then we have Megumi, who's the younger sister, and she's the moe character, really. Busty, tall, really, really kind.
sweet and gentle.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny when they started doing that Lear gag. Like, it was kind of weird that he was
What Lear
reacting
gag?
that way, where she's like chatting with him about, hey, how's it going? And then Mao-chan would stick up a sign that says Lear, and he would like freak out because it was
pretty
like
funny.
changing her atmosphere. It's pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. See, the thing about this anime is that it has moments like that are interesting or that are funny. It has a lot more funny moments than Lucky Star did. Lucky Star was very few and far in between. Literally the only scene that I can remember that was funny in Lucky Star was the initial D parody. It was, even then, as a parody, it wasn't all that good. But, it had so many funny moments. Each character has at least one little trait to them. Megumi's is one that she just makes a lot of tea, and then later on she gets really self-conscious about her weight, which is funny. Because of Tamaki, who we'll talk about soon. Then we have Kirara, who really doesn't do much. She eats a different kind of meat every single episode.
She does.
And she offers Kuro some meat on occasion.
The special meat, the anime meat.
Oh yeah, the manga meat. It's like, oh, I want some too. It looks good.
It looks really good. Even though it looks really undercooked.
It does.
It does. It looks like it might get diseases.
And I don't know, she's pretty busty and she has an open shirt most of the time, but she doesn't really do anything this series. She's just kind of there most of the time. Then my favorite character, and who is currently my wallpaper, actually.
Really?
Yeah, Shion. I like Shion because a couple of reasons. Her personality is really funny. The fact that she's a genius but has no common sense, that's great. And I really like the way she wears her jacket, like kind of halfway down. It looks very similar to Krisu from Steins Gate.
Yes.
Yeah, so that... and she's, she's a tensai shoujo, so I liked it. And I also like how she has so many brothers. And
Yeah.
like, I just thinking like 3 episodes in, I'm like, man, her parents really like to have sex. But then someone pointed out in the comment section that I was watching, they're like, her parents obviously have good genes. Since all their kids are geniuses, they should keep passing them on. I'm like, okay, that's true.
It's true.
Make as many
Pump
geniuses
out as many
you can.
kids as you can, right?
It's for a good cause. And then later, I think she joins in like over halfway through the series as Tamaki, and I really didn't like Tamaki. Until my favorite running joke in all of Good Job Club, the Orimon.
Yeah, Orimon.
Oh, the Orimon.
I told you about Orimon a long time ago.
You did, and
it's the funniest play on words
so
I've ever seen in anime.
It's so good. He goes like instant badass, and he's like,
doesn't he
Tamaki.
always refer to himself as Watashi though? Usually, because he's such a pansy.
I thought he says Boku.
Oh,
I don't really pay attention.
I thought he wouldn't do Boku or Ore because it was just too manly, and he would always go Watashi or whatever. I don't know, but when he did Ore, it was awesome.
I like how he calls Tamaki. She's like, no, I'm Tamaki, and then she just becomes all timid. That was cute. And then like she gets put in her place after that, and then she's more, I don't know, I guess in line with the other characters, and she doesn't annoy me as much.
Oh, the green hair? I always thought she was just kind of a lame addition. I don't know.
Kasumi, I really like her as a little sister character. She's really funny. I love how she's doting on her brother and how she gets jealous that he brushes other girls' hair.
Okay.
That is also a great running joke in this series.
Brushing hair does not feel that good though.
It feels good though.
Yeah, I know,
it
but
does not that good.
Orgasm relating good.
Not orgasm good. I mean, it might feel different for women. I don't know.
I brushed Chanel's hair. It's more like, stop! You suck at this. Give me the brush back. And then, sorry, it was traumatic for me.
See, now you had to clean up the peaks, not me this time. I mean, you're the cause of them.
Yeah, it's true.
Not me. I don't know. I brushed hair before. I like brushing my hair because it feels really nice. It's like, oh, then again, I don't have very long hair, so it's like there's nothing to get caught on. I have very short hair. It just feels nice. But I gotta say, when he conquered the maid, Mori-san, and you find out it's the mother, and I'm like, that makes sense because when she sat down on the chair, she's like, "Are you fine with an old woman?" I'm like, with an old woman like me, I'm like, why would she say that? And you find out it's mom. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, Mom Mori. And then when he won't fight the other Mori, and then she's like, thank you for going along with him, you coward. And I was like, oh my god, Mori, what the hell? And the twirling maid is a good joke, and how all the girls kick him.
It's so nice. What I liked about the series though was that despite, like you said, there wasn't much character development except
so little.
Except for when you move up through the episodes, like episode 8 or 9. I like Slice of Life because I didn't watch it. I didn't marathon it like you did. I watched it every week. It was releasing during like a school semester where it was just fun to sit down for 20 minutes and forget about what it's like to think.
It felt like a short.
Yeah.
Like, despite them being like full length
24 minutes,
episodes, it felt like I was watching a short. Especially when it was really funny, I would laugh and suddenly the episode would be over. But then that makes me think it didn't really need full length episodes if it could just get by with shorts.
Yeah, but if it could be a full length series and feel like a short. That's pretty impressive, actually.
I don't know.
I think so.
Okay. The one character
Oh,
who makes me laugh the most, just because of the way she talks, and you know where I'm going with this,
Geraldine?
Jill-chan. Oh my god, this girl is hilarious, and not for the right reasons. So when she shows up in the first episode, I was just telling Spencer about this. Kyoro?
Kyoro.
He helps her buy a ticket, and she meets her goddamn sister, who is Kirara, and she says, "My sister," and I was like, okay, first of all, she's Canadian, which is good. I like seeing Canadians in
that is
anime.
true, yeah.
The last Canadian we saw was in that really stupid mage mech anime, like 2 seasons ago, which was CG. Is the one with like there were lawyers for magicians. It was stupid.
No, didn't watch it.
We watched one episode and we dropped it.
Oh, okay. Canadians.
It was terrible. But and then so she said my sister, which is fine because One-chan. But then she said I met a samurai, and I burst out laughing. And then every time she sees him, she says my samurai master. It's just so stupid, but it's hilarious. The broken English is so good. And I love that she has a little whiteboard that she writes Japanese on because she can understand it, but she can't speak it, which doesn't really make that much sense. But she can read it fluently and write it fluently, which is extremely impressive. I don't know. I love the one episode where Kirara gets sick, Jill rushes over, carries Kirara home. And then Kyoro gets sick, and then both Kasumi and Jill come over and then take him home. That was funny too. I don't know. Jill is a good side character. Same with Kasumi. Every episode of Kasumi was funny. Whenever she was around, I've already said it, but I love how doting she is. I love how much she loves her brother, but she's not overly so. Like, I like the little, I guess not really subtle, where she takes away all his novels, except for the one with the love interest as a sister. That was pretty funny. But overall, there's not much that happens in this anime.
Which is why I completely forgot about it. Like, I was so busy trying to catch up on all the other series this week that I only watched, like, the first 2 episodes of this just to remind myself what the characters were.
Honestly, though, this doesn't need a rewatch.
No. And it's a great series to put in your back shelf and say, wow, like, that was a pretty good slice of life. The characters were funny. I had a great, 12 episode amount of amusement. But it's not one that I'm going to throw anywhere near my top 50.
For those of you wondering, I did not watch the OVA. Did you watch the OVA?
Nope.
Yeah, I saw it's like 40 minutes. I'm like, I can't do that to myself.
I might watch it because I did enjoy the series. Not enough to rewatch it, but enough to just kind of watch the OVA.
I kind of want to watch the OVA just because I want more Orimon. Orimon is so funny.
I hope he appears.
He has to. It's like the best joke.
I think Orimon would make a good superhero, man.
Oh, speaking of Orimon, the final Orimon he does, which was against Tamaki, I think that's the final one. And when he's like, it starts like drooping and it's like ending, and then it finally ends, and then Orimon like flies out from behind him, and you just hear him say "Sayonara." It was great. I love how all the girls just like fall for him and they swoon over the Orimon. It's funny.
Just so manly. It's because he's such a phoebe, right?
Yeah, he's such a wet noodle. I don't know why they love him. I understand why Mao loves him, and I understand why Shion loves him. I think that's her name. She's my favorite character tonight. She's the one whose name I can't remember for some reason. Mao because she's goddamn soon, and he puts up with her crap. Shion because he helps her with all the stuff she's bad with. Speaking of which, I love the doctor episode where he's like diagnosing them, and then she's like, "I know that I just need a lot of common sense," and then she's all depressed, and he just has Tamaki sit on her, and she gets all happy again. He's like, "What you needed was a little sister, not common sense." They just like completely sidestep the issue. Tamaki was the character who probably got the least amount of development out of the, I guess it's the main cast, which I'm perfectly fine with. She was okay. She was kind of cutesy in the way that she talks. I like that sort of style of dialect. The only character I legitimately didn't like was Sarah, the third sister of Mao, or the second sister, I guess, the third daughter of that household. She was so annoying. They never really did anything with the whole she has a second voice thing that constantly berates Kyoro. Then again, Kyoro wouldn't say anything anyway because he's a wet noodle. But I was just hoping, I'm like, I'm waiting for the Orimon to show up and put her in her place, but it never happened. There's not much to say about this series, really.
I think you hit most of the highlight points. Like, as you were speaking about it, I remembered it, which was good because I forgot a lot about the series, which means I'm a horrible review partner.
Overall, the series is only okay as far as anime in general goes. As far as slice of life in general goes, this is probably the best one I've seen. But I mean, and what I'm about to say will be kind of offensive. Don't worry, I won't be swearing. A silver turd is still a turd. And I'm not saying this anime is a turd, but I don't like slice of life. So even if it's the best of what I don't like, I still don't like it.
Hey, that's what I feel about harems. A silver turd is still a turd.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
There we go. Nice. I'm glad we come to that understanding.
Yeah. Do you wanna give it a number?
Well, based on what I remember and how I spaced it out watching it once a week, out of all the slice of lives that I watched, it's very on par with how much it made me laugh with Nichigo.
Nichijo.
What do you mean Nichijo?
You said Nichigo.
Oh, no, you did.
No.
I didn't say it.
You what?
I said Nichijo.
You said
corrected me
Nichigo.
the wrong way.
No way. We'll check the tape. What, 15 minutes in?
Nichijo is one of my favorite slice of life animes because it's ridiculous and it makes me laugh so hard.
It is. That deer scene.
The deer scene, man.
Oh my god.
And even like when she goes into like outer space and fights the military people, like I don't even know what's happening, but it's just so funny. And that series deserves a 5 out of 5 for me for slice of life. So this series probably a 3.5.
Let's do a 10-point scale.
10-point scale.
Yeah.
Well, that series, I gotta say 10 out of 10 now, because
okay.
I said 5 out of 5. So, Nichijo gets a 10 out of 10. In my opinion, is one of the greats for slice of life. Sket Dance is pretty up there, though, so.
I don't think Sket Dance is slice of life, though.
No, it's different.
It's more gag.
Yeah, I can see that. But this one, I think, deserves about a 7.5.
I would give it 6.5.
Okay. It was still very good. It wasn't Black Bullet.
In case you're wondering, Lucky Star, I'd give a 4 or a 5.
I don't have anything else to compare it to, though. That stupid after-school club with all those girls. That was sucked. And that was
and yet you watched like half of it.
Because I really like watching shows once a week that just take my mind off of stuff. It's just, give me something generic so I can enjoy it.
The only joke that I really liked in the Go Home Club, was the fact that they kept ending the episode early.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
what does your club do? We have fun, and the ending theme starts.
They kept it was really like I really liked some of the gags in the Going Home Club or whatever, where they talked about like the budget cuts and how there's one episode where they started being like, we need more views, so we're gonna start doing some fan service, and so they started doing a bunch of like really like not sketchy but kind of sketchy fan services where the girls looked like idiots where they were trying to do fan service.
Okay.
And it was really funny, but then it dropped it because it was like they were getting the wrong attention or whatever. I don't know. It was pretty funny. See, these shows, if you can make a compilation of all the funny parts and cut out all the stuff that doesn't matter, you can make it a short, like you were saying,
There's
and it would be good.
There's a lot that doesn't matter in Good Job Club.
Yeah.
So, that's it for that.
Yeah.
We don't really have much to say. So, again, just to reiterate, best of the slice of life I've seen so far. In general, I'm still not that much of a fan, just because I don't really like slice of life. Would I recommend it? If you like slice of life, sure. If you don't like slice of life, no bother. You have anything to say to that?
I think I already said what I said.
Yeah. Right. You said what you said.
I'm just making my phone work and stuff.
All right. Your phone actually dropped into my crotch earlier. I'm sorry.
Ew. Speaking of you, I don't know.
We'll keep this in one part. That was only 18 minutes.
That was only 18 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll just do one big part. So welcome everybody. This is now the summer anime review recap retalk.
I have a couple shout outs to make. What the hell is that?
It's a guy with a beard.
Okay. What does that have to do with anything?
It's just, I jailbreak my phone, so he has a beard.
Okay. There's a guy with a beard on his iPhone.
You know where the Apple boot logo usually is? It's a beard.
All right. So a couple shout outs. Today's August 2nd. That's my little brother's birthday. So happy birthday, Roop. Now you're 19 and legal to drink in Canada.
What? You hate your brother.
So have fun with it. I don't hate him. I just, not much of a fan. But no, I'm kidding. You're all right, buddy.
Does he listen?
No. I'll make him listen to this, though.
Okay, cool. Happy birthday, Roop. You're a good guy. One of the most genuine guys I've ever met. It's cool. He's pretty genuine, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you talk to him and he's just like, there's no two-facedness like you.
Yeah, we share that. Get it from my dad.
No. I think you misheard me.
Oh.
I'm just kidding, bro. I'm kidding. You don't have any two-facedness. You're genuine. I just want to see if you catch that.
Second shout out, and then I don't think you'll be able to relate to this, except for the fact that I always say it to you every week anyway. It's the last week of the North American LCS, and if you don't know what I'm talking about the League of Legends esports. And so all I want to say is C9, you can make it to Worlds, I believe. Please make it to playoffs, because I'm going to PAX to watch you. And if you're not at PAX, I'll be really, really sad. That's all I have to say. Please make it.
You can meet all those cosplayers that you really like.
Dude, there's some really good cosplay packs. There's some amazing, like detailed cosplay they do there. And then there's some really slutty cosplay too, but that's actually very like, I expected more, but it's more on the down low. There's one that's like, she was a mermaid. So in order to walk,
Who was she cosplaying?
as a mermaid, she was cosplaying as Nami from League of Legends. She's a mermaid character.
Oh, okay.
So to hide her feet, she made a giant like skirt that looked like a wave. So she was like riding a wave the entire time.
Oh.
That was really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to them. Go C9, you can make it. Stomp everybody else, especially TSM. That's all I really got to say about that. What are you looking at?
Oh, I just wondered why my milk's still out.
It's because you left it out.
Yeah, it's true. It's not that bad. Don't worry. Aldnoah Zero.
Oh, do you wanna jump in, or do you wanna?
I think we'll jump in.
Do you
What
wanna
else?
talk about?
What else do we have to talk about?
I have a story.
You have a story? What story?
You don't know this story. I haven't told it before.
Is it about me?
No, it's not about you.
Oh, tell away. Tell away.
All right, so this happened about a year ago, and I wanted to tell this because this guy's a goddamn prick. So I need some background information that I need to tell you guys about. For a living, what my parents do, more or less, is that I guess you could say they're insurance brokers. They sell insurance, something like that. And
You know what your parents do?
It's. I'm not interested in what they do.
Yeah, they just pay for all your stuff, right?
No, just most of it.
I just need to share the mic here with you so it's even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Hoggles.
Hoggles.
Hoggles, the little piggy? You ever watch Dave the Barbarian?
No, never heard of it.
Barbarian.
Barbarian. Dave the Barbarian.
See, I just sparked it with
Huge but a wimp.
I didn't think I'd get so
His
much out of you.
sisters banging candy. Are a princess and a chimp, not a monkey. Her mom and dad are the kings and queen of the land of Udragoth. Is that what it was? They went to battle evil, and now Candy is the boss. Dave, Fang, and Candy, brave and bold, they're not. They ain't the greatest heroes, but they're the only ones we've got. Barbarian, bubba, barbarian, barbarian, bubba, barbarian. How do I remember that theme?
Isn't it Hoggles the Silly Piggy was the main villain?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
How did I remember that opening?
I don't even know, man. You remember it more than me. And you were like, what do you want, dude?
It's like sparked it in me. I was like, where did this come from?
That's like if you forgot about Pokemon, which could never happen, and all of a sudden it went, do, 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 do. Oh, that's good. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So one day in the middle of summer, I think it was summer. I'm pretty sure it was summer. I was hanging out in my house. This guy walks in. And he works with my parents. You want to stop singing and listen to my story? Do you want to listen to my story, or are you going to keep singing Pokemon?
I was providing background music.
You don't need background music. So,
Okay, I'll stop.
you make me want to sing.
Stop singing.
Speaking of singing, people really liked us struggling to try to sing in the live stream, which was, I listened to that, and
Okay.
it was brutal.
This is what happened.
It was
okay?
so hard to watch.
I had the source music. What we should have done is like, I don't know, but I had the source music, so you were hearing about a latency of about half a second.
Yeah.
And so when I was singing, you were like singing half a second behind me, and it was really weird.
I didn't realize that
and
until I
we
watched
couldn't
it.
sing, and we were just like, you're behind me, man.
It was so bad.
But it was good though.
So this guy walks into my house. I don't remember his name because he can't be bothered to remember this guy's name. So we'll call him Chad because Chad is the name of douchebag sometimes.
Dude, Chad is the name.
Right?
Yeah.
Chad is the name.
Never met
If
a
your
good
name is
Chad in my
Chad,
life.
if your name is Chad, you're probably not a douchebag. I'm sorry.
And you should actually know, you haven't become a douchebag yet.
That's so mean.
And you need to rectify the situation by proving to all others that Chad is the okay? That's your job in life. Do you understand?
So Chad comes up to me, and so Spencer knows what my setup is like at home. I have this couch, and then I lay on my couch, and I have this table, and that's where I put my laptop, and then I was wrapped in a blanket at the time. So Chad comes up to me, and he's like, "Get up." And by the way, I've never met Chad before in my life.
Who's Chad?
This random brown dude.
Is it your brother's friend?
No, he works with my parents. So he's like, "Get up." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Just get up." I'm like, "All right, that's not happening." So I'm like, he rips the blanket off me. And then he's like, "Get up." I was like, "Okay, well, now the blanket's off me. I might as well get up." So I get up, and he's like, he looks at me what I'm wearing. I'm just wearing like pajamas. All right. Granted, it's the middle of the afternoon, but it's summer. I have nothing to do. And he says, "Put on some clothes." And I'm like, "I'm wearing clothes." He's like, "No, put on some better clothes." And he's like, "We're going to go out somewhere." I'm like, "I haven't taken a shower." He's like, "That doesn't matter." I'm like, Yeah, it's not happening. So I lay back down and I just ignore him, and eventually he leaves. But he comes back later, and he will not stop trying to get me to go to his stupid office. And my parents are like, "Oh, go with Chad. He'll introduce you to some people in the insurance business." I'm like, look, I'm a programmer. I don't need to know about this stuff. I don't want to know about this stuff. I don't care. I mean, in general, I need to know about my car insurance and stuff, but
What are you doing,
selling
man?
insurance, I don't care.
This is like a classic anime scenario. Your life would have been at least a gag reel if you would have went to this office.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Chad would not stop bitching at me. So eventually I was like, okay, fine. I'll go later. I'm going to shower. I'll put on some clothes. I'll show up. So I show up and my parents are like, do you want to ride with us? I'm like, no, listen. I'm taking my own car so I can leave whenever I want.
Good plan.
See, so I shower. I leave. It's probably early evening. I show up to the guy's office and it's swarmed with people. I meet my parents and then they're like, yeah, just go mingle, whatever. I'm like, all right, sure. Chad somehow spots me almost instantly. He introduces me to this bald dude who apparently makes like $250,000 a year. And then he's like, here, meet this guy. And then I shook his hand and then we talked for a little while. I don't even remember what this guy looks like, really. It wasn't really important. So that happened and I mingled a little bit more. And then I was like, it was like half an hour later. I'm like, all right, I'm done. There's nothing for me to do here. So I'm leaving. I get outside and I go to my car. And then Chad, this goddamn guy, shows up. And he's like, hey, where you going? I'm like, I'm going home. He's like, no, you're not. He's like, get back in here. I have other people to talk to you. Or I have other people that I want you to talk to. I'm like, no. And he's like, no, you're going to come in. And Spencer can vouch for me here. One of the things that pisses me off the most in my life is when people tell me what to do. Am I not right?
Yeah.
If you think my rage in, what was it? Pilot's Love Song was immense, you have not seen me rage nearly as much. Oh my god, this guy, when he told me he told me what to do, I was like, no, oh god, no. So I walk up to Chad, and I look him in the eye, and I said, I'm getting in my car, and I'm going home. And he's about to talk, I'm like, no. And then I look him in the eyes, even closer, and I said, I will never see you in my life again. And then he just says, okay. And then I leave. And a year and a half later, I've never seen that guy in my life.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Was it your parents' scheme to try to get you off your butt?
I don't know, but
Probably was.
Chad is a prick, and I've never seen him again, and I never want to see him
It was
again.
probably your parents. Your dad probably handed him like a couple hundreds and
I
said,
doubt
get
it.
my son a job. And he was just doing his best, man.
I have a job.
Yeah, I guess so. But you're not making $250,000, you're making $250,000.
I'm not going to make $250,000, and I mean, I could make some money in insurance, but I don't want it. That's boring. Insurance is boring as knobs.
Yep. And everyone hates you because nobody wants to go in and get insurance.
Yeah.
That was a good story.
Thanks.
Yeah, I
don't
actually
like Chad.
appreciate that. It had a good arc. It had a beginning. The setting was there. You even reenacted the characters really well. It was really, really good, man.
Apparently, I don't know if this happens in other cultures, but in I guess it's my culture. But basically what brown people do is if they've met you once when you're a baby or a kid, they assume that they know you now. So like, when my mom introduced me to Chad, she's like, oh yeah, you met him when you were a year old. I was like, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know who this guy is. He's just Chad. Yeah, Chad's gone now.
Yeah, but you could have been $250,000
I don't
yearly
think
salary.
so. No, that wouldn't have happened.
That's a ridiculous yearly salary.
It is, but it took that guy like 30 years to get to that.
How old's Chad?
Chad doesn't make that much money. No way. Chad makes like, God knows how much. Probably less than 50. Chad's probably 28, something like that.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. He wore a full suit.
A full suit?
Yeah, he was wearing a full suit the entire time.
And you were in pajamas.
Well, I was at my house. Look, you come into my house and you tell me what to wear? No. What is wrong with you?
He did rip a blanket off you. That's a little offensive.
It's my house. Get the hell out.
You should just engrave your name in that couch, man. It's pretty much your couch.
No one else sits on the couch. It's just me. Actually, Georgie does sometimes.
That's because they can't. You take up the 2 cushions and just lay there.
I got an upgrade. Now it has 3 cushions.
Have I been here since then?
No. You haven't been to my house in a while.
Oh, really? You have 3 cushions now?
Yeah. So now, you know what happened? Georgie showed up. He's like, I can finally sit with Raj. Because he always sat with Rube. Because Rube had the 3 cushion couch. So now he sits with me.
When's Tales of Zillia coming out?
Sometime this month.
I'm so excited.
We've been waiting so long for Tales.
That just made me so excited because I realized like we all used to sit on that couch and play that game for a long time.
I'm excited for that game.
And then you play without me because I could never come. I was a different man back then. I was different.
You're a bit more free now.
Mm-hmm. So it's been 30 minutes.
Speaking of weddings.
And we haven't talked about anime at all.
We did. We talked about Good Job Club. for 20 minutes.
Are you going to be able to make it to your little wedding shower thing on time?
It's only 10:30. We're fine. Speaking of weddings, the reason we're kind of this relates to what we're doing. The reason we're kind of doing this early, and not kind of, we are doing this early, and we haven't watched any Saturday anime. We're doing this on a Saturday, except for Sailor Moon, because we were supposed to do this later when we had some more time. But my cousin got engaged, and then she's like, I need you to come to my shower because you're the closest thing I have to a brother.
Who comes to wedding showers? Who makes people come to wedding showers?
It's an engagement shower, too. It's even worse.
Who makes people do that?
See, the difference is, I went to yours because I like you. I don't really like my cousin.
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't. Nell knows about that, and she was not happy with the words I said. It's okay, she forgot.
Because you made her listen to the frickin' podcast that you belittled her engagement. I don't even know what we were thinking.
I don't know what we were thinking.
We should have showed her at least the funny one we were singing, not the one where we mock her engagement. Oh my! I didn't even mock it. I was trying to defend it. Oh my goodness.
What's done is done. It's okay. She still loves me.
It's true.
It's good.
You've initiated hugs. I see.
Yeah. Good. See, I was like, I just got to slowly get to the point where
she's
I can
little,
get hugs.
eh?
She's so tiny, dude. By the way, I didn't realize how much I missed you when you left, because I see you multiple times a week.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I haven't seen Spencer in like a week. I really want to see him. And
Yeah,
I came over, I was like, oh, I need to hug you.
I know. I saw you. I'm like, this is so nice. But you just finished belittling me and making fun of me over text. Like, over line, I felt like you guys didn't miss me at all, and you were just making fun of me. And I was like, I am actually not looking forward to seeing these guys. And then they come up and they're like, oh, hey, man, I missed you. And I'm like, I hate the internet a lot. I just didn't understand. Okay, what did you want to say to me that was so mean?
No, I'm not going to say it. It's really mean.
What was its subject matter?
What do you mean?
Like, what was it about?
I was calling you a name.
That's it? You called me one name?
Yeah. Well, no, I also told you to do something.
What did I do that made you so mad?
I can't remember. I don't remember what. It was a mix of things because I was on a losing streak in League.
Oh, I see. So I was just taking the brunt of it.
And then you said something.
Well, I was just trying to.
Oh, I remember what it was.
I remember
it's because you switched the goddamn time of the hangout.
I tried to schedule it.
You did it without like saying concretely what the time was.
That's because.
So I was so irritated that you changed the time on me.
I was not mad at you. I was mad at Ray. I don't like that Ray never responds to text messages properly. Like, I always say, Ray, are you going to be able to come tonight? And he goes, my Audi S5 has the RPM of a horse and a dog. And when you multiply that by 1,000 dogs, you get the speed to time ratio. You know what that means? I'm like, I didn't respond. And he's like, I'll be there by about 7. And I was like, I hate you. You're wasting my time. Raj, look what happened to my hat.
You ripped your hat in anger.
This has been my favorite hat. And I wore it every day since I got it from Christmas. I can't believe
Last Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe a hat only lasts 6 months. Anyways, let's just avoid serious conversation.
So yeah, that's what made me angry. And then I was gonna call you a name, but then I held the rage back because I was like, I don't want to be mean to Spencer. And the Ray's like, hey, message me another conversation. Tell me what you were gonna say.
That made me so angry.
And then, so I did, and he's like, oh my god, that's so mean. And I was like, yeah, that's why I didn't say it to him. And then Ray just laughed, and that was it.
That's why I'm glad Georgie came in, because Georgie's just like the pacifist. Man.
I love how Ray will respond right away when it comes to the anger.
And then he takes forever to respond when we need him to talk.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm actually gonna physically derail this conversation into anime. It has to go there.
Aldnoah Zero.
There we go. Speaking of derail gun.
They didn't use a real gun, did they?
What are we talking about?
Aldnoah Zero.
Exactly!
Oh. So this episode, a whole lot of not much happened until the end. And I have to address this because it makes no sense. So the new villain shows up and he has a lightsaber. That's cool and all. And then guys come at him with guns. He's like, "You're Neanderthals." I'm like, they're using guns and you're using a sword. How does that make them Neanderthals?
He's using a laser sword.
It's
laser sword beats everything. Hey, but why do they keep calling it katana? Since when do katanas have 2 Darth Maul sides?
It's a beam katana, man.
But why do they call it that?
I don't know.
The guy's like, katana? And I'm like, katana? He's like, got it coming out of... And it was like, everyone's like, oh, it's a katana. I'm like, stop referring it to your sword, okay? He's from Mars. Whatever, I did.
Whatever. The main thing to take away from this episode, well, I guess there's 2. One... we already knew Inoho is a genius, and
it's pretty funny. I actually liked the way they beat him. It was awesome. I didn't expect it.
I like the fact that they haven't defeated any of them yet. They've only survived. Inoho, Angelo pointed out that how the hell is Inaho the only one who thought to not use explosive rounds? Like, oh man, my bullets are exploding early. Maybe I should use something that doesn't explode. Isn't that kind of obvious?
But then he started going.
Yeah, he
and
still
blocked all
deflected
of
it.
them. And those bullets are huge.
They
They're
are.
like taking out like tanker containers and everything.
Him getting hit by a tanker is pretty funny. I like how she tries it a second time and he just cuts it.
Yeah.
But the big thing to take away from this is that Slain is actually really smart, and he gives me a very heavy Code Geass vibe.
Oh yeah.
It's because Slain was going to tell the general about the princess, but he doesn't because he doesn't know who to trust.
And you know what I really like about the way the series is going, aside from the CG, is that Slain makes a great anti-hero hero side character. Like
Yeah.
he has his own story. It's not like he's back burner. Like I feel like Slain's story is progressing just as much as Inaho's.
That's why
is.
it's like Code Geass. You have
Yeah.
the Lelouch and the Suzaku. Slain is more like Suzaku, where he's fighting from the inside.
Yeah.
And then Inaho's more like Lelouch.
And I think it would be the opposite way, but I don't know, whatever, I guess what you're saying. But the CG for the Mars or the Verse, whatever, Empire mechs is kind of cool. It's okay. It looks kind of
It
cool.
looks better than the other one, that's for sure.
But all of the generic Earth mechs look so stupid.
I'm still waiting for them because they defeated the then again that got meteored to crap. But I figure that they're going to reverse engineer something and give him a Gundam-esque mech because their mechs suck.
Or like a Gurren Lagann-esque thing.
Yeah.
It's so funny, speaking of Gurren Lagann, Janelle comes up to me, oh man, I'm blown away. She keeps wanting to watch anime on our downtime. That's all she's asking me to do. Like, we'll sit and instead of Netflix, hey, do you have an anime that we can watch together? I'm like, my heart will go on. Like, it's just like,
You're not going to make her watch Gurren Lagann, are you? 'Cause
No.
I don't think she'll like
I
that
know,
at all.
but I'm just saying, I was scrolling through Crunchy's thing and she's like picking out the cover arts that she liked or whatever, and she's like, oh, what about this one, what about this one? And then I'm like, oh, I don't know, that one's pretty sketchy. She's like, oh, okay. And like, we get to, Gurren Lagann, and she goes, I'm like, oh, Gurren Lagann was a good one. And she goes, right to Yoko's boobs, and goes, what's this? And I'm like, oh, well, she's just, I don't know, she's like a sketchy, like, young girl or whatever, but she puts clothes on later. Not a lie. Not a lie.
Then she takes them off later.
And she goes, oh, okay. And then moves on or whatever. If she ever wanted to watch it, I'd watch it with her. It's just Yoko's too ridiculous.
Yoko is pure fan service in that anime.
The good thing I'm noticing about Janelle is at first she was getting kind of weirded out that I would ever watch anime with like girls with like big breasts or whatever in it.
Yeah.
But then I've explained to her that it's an anime. Like, it's cartoon. I know that it does some things to remind you of the whatever, but for her, she actually views it as, she's like, it doesn't even bother me. It's just annoying how it views women and how ridiculously oversized it is. It just looks gross, she says. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
All right.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, sweet.
I don't think I can say anything considering I own body pillows.
Yeah.
So I think my opinion is kind of set on that.
That's true. But I'm really happy that Janelle's wanting to watch anime and stuff separately. That's all.
Our chat in the live stream would not stop talking about my pillows.
They wouldn't.
They're like, are those actually pillows in his back?
Can you bring them closer, please?
So back to Aldnoah Zero. Yeah, I like how Selene is going to be fighting from the inside. I like how the girl stop scrolling. I like how the girl whose dad's tried to kill the princess. I don't remember her name. I'll just call her Hoodie. Bad Fashion Sense. That's her name. So Bad Fashion Sense girl.
She's the cowboy girl, right?
Yeah, I like how
It's called
she
Calcoon.
doesn't. No, she's not.
Her name's Calcoon.
She doesn't trust any of the Martians because Martians killed her parents and betrayed her parents. So she doesn't trust a princess, which I like. But she trusts Inaho because he's the one that's keeping them alive.
He's a genius.
So she won't do anything.
Calcoon knows what's up.
Yet. She doesn't know it. She won't do anything
It's
yet.
Cow-chan. Cow-chan.
Overall, Aldnoah Zero, still really good.
It is really good. I just wish they'd fix the CGI. If they would just invest the money to making it hand-drawn, it would be Breakblade level, man. It'd be so good.
One issue I do have, the name for the mechs, Cataphract, is stupid.
Cataphracts are actually based on Age of Empires logic. Like, it's a dude who rides on a camel.
So it's a Camelfract?
Not Cataphract. It's a guy, like a camel and a warrior kind of combined. At least I'm remembering this right. It's a Cataphract from Age of Empires.
Oh, okay.
So it's like some Mid-Eastern warrior. I don't know why they're naming it that, but whatever.
I guess, I mean, they can't call it a mobile suit because that's owned by Gundam. I don't know, I would have called it something like, what do they call it in Code Geass? Nightmares? Nightmare Frames? That's actually a pretty good name. I don't know. Guess you're running out of names for mechs.
It's true.
Speaking of mechs, Captain Earth. Another one that, again, Saturday anime, we can't watch it right now due to time constraints. So that transformation sequence, huh?
Oh my gosh.
That took like half the episode.
Oh my goodness. I was sitting here like, oh look, there's like, oh yeah, they're getting into space. I'm so excited. And Daichi, there he goes. And wow, they're really not cutting nothing. This is the same one as the first or second episode. Sweet.
I
Goes
knew
all
it
the way
was
up into
coming.
space. Yeah. Oh crap. Teppei said, oh no, no, really? The legs, really? We know, oh, the head. Oh, it takes so long. And then they both come up and he's got everything. They didn't cut anything, man.
Nope.
They should have at least done the Sailor Moon split screen thing. And
Yeah, but that wouldn't make sense because Daichi has to go first.
Yeah, but we know that. Just split it. Maybe delay Teppei's by half a second so we know. I don't know.
Maybe like one episode they're just gonna say in passing, "Hey, we figured out how to send you both at the same time," just to cut it out.
Just to save. Jeez Louise. They were probably so excited, those
But still,
animators.
it's gonna get worse because we have the flare engine that has to go up too one day.
Oh gosh.
We
And then
have all
if
three.
people get their dreams, Miss Majo Shoujo lady.
She's not gonna get it. She might get a live blaster at the end.
She just gets her computer. That's all she wants, man.
Maybe her computer becomes a live blaster.
She's a genius.
She's a Maho Shoujo.
So in the last episode, I really like this series because,
I like the salty dog lady.
yeah,
She's pretty.
everything's coming together. Like the Salty Dog's pulling from one side, and it's like it's revealed that Salty Dog is just a bunch of like the escapist Earth people, and they're not liking how the Intercept Earth people who want to like fight the aliens are actually getting progress, and so they try to sabotage them from the inside.
It's something humans would really do.
Oh, of course.
They're so
self-serving.
It's so human.
And then I really like how Puck is turning into like this horrible mastermind who's actually screwing everybody
I don't
over.
know. Puck's really just become a man whore.
Yeah, he is. He's just, yeah, and he's like doing all the women, and he's like even flirting with the other girl.
I felt sorry for the other secretary, man. I was like, oh, she was the first. She actually loves the guy. And then
Where's my hamster?
Puck's just, what's his name? Josh?
Joey.
And we're watching him drink some water. And yeah, I felt sorry for the secretary. I was like, oh, but she finally got her love, and now he's just being a man
That
whore.
secretary's pushing herself on top of him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She needs to close
She's
her
pretty
shirt.
busty. Wait.
I don't think she's busty. She's pushed up bra on a lot, man.
Yeah, maybe. So there's not much to say here. They go into space. They beat. You know what? Amarok actually finally says what I've been thinking for so long. He's like, maybe we should all go at once.
Yeah.
At the very end of the episode. And then all the comments were like, gee, you think?
No, but look, this is why they haven't been doing it, is because that, they need libido, or whatever they call it,
Libido, yeah.
to
Orgon energy.
Orgon energy to power those little injector tube things. And they need to move themselves to an environment with a ton of bitter thoughts. Let the girls sing, people pass out in comas, then that fills the red tube, right?
Oh, that's how it works?
Yeah, that's what's been happening.
Oh, okay.
And so what happens is they have to keep transporting themselves places where there's a lot of negative energy. And the reason that they don't want to wait till they have enough tubes for everybody.
Because it'll make it obvious where they are.
Yeah, and the way they go is they'll travel and all the comas will lead to them, as well as it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to take a long time to fill up all those tubes.
But at this point, they don't really have much of a choice.
I know.
Because if they can take them 2v2, they have to outnumber them. It's the only way.
Yeah. Well, the only reason they took them out 2v2 is because it was 3v2 technically with
Akari, yeah.
Akari doing her thing.
I do like the fact that Daichi, as he's right away, he's like, let's destroy the ego blocks right now. And I was like, oh, well, there go those two. But no, and then Teppei's like, they can't be destroyed yet.
Did you not hear from before, where the guy's like, at this point, no human weapons have been able to destroy ego blocks?
Yeah, but, I mean, Live Blaster isn't human.
Yeah, but he's not using the live blast.
I guess, if he had opened his stupid thing and shot it, maybe he would have
in outer
killed him.
space, he would have died.
He has a helmet.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, well, Teppei says the only way to destroy it is with your own will.
Yet.
Yet.
I can't wait for
So there's something coming.
Holy crap, what the heck do they do to all those main characters? Like, busty as crap. I just...
What do you mean?
Put some clothes on. All of those, like, designer children are, like, ridiculous.
There's only like two girls and they're both busty.
Like, Moko looks more decent than the yellow girl.
I prefer the yellow girl because Moko's always skimpy clothing, and the yellow girl wears full clothing. So when she gets like nude or whatever, it's not even naked. She like turns into a robot. And
No,
I'm like,
not even the transformation. Her real life costume is sketchy. It's like this wide open
is it
blackfish
I can't
kind of
remember.
outfit.
Oh yeah, you're right. I hope Setsuna doesn't turn into something like that. That's gonna be weird.
It would be what was that show we watched with the little girl, and she had the big fist that she conquered things.
Oh, it was Zvezda plot.
It would be totally.
Zvezda was so good, but yeah, what she wore in Zvezda made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, Ray walked in one day when we were watching that, and he's like,
Did he?
This is awkward. Baby steps. No, I'm excited for today's Captain Earth though.
So
for
Captain
sure.
Earth, yeah. Well, this episode, I don't know if you watched the preview, but Salty Dog tries to kill him.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, they land in Australia.
Oh really?
Yeah, and the Salty Dog's like, kill them all, kill them.
I'm excited. It's good. Like both Tepe and Daichi.
And Hana.
Oh, because she landed back from.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm excited. It'll be a kind of ground ops kind
Something
of.
will actually happen this episode.
Yeah.
So.
That isn't an OP mechs, which is nice. But then they can summon their gun from anywhere, so it's kind of cheap.
Yeah.
And Hannah's is. Oh, bless you.
Excuse me.
Hannah's is heat seeking, which is even cheaper.
It's so good. So baby steps.
I really like this episode.
H-on lost.
And you know
Didn't see that
what?
coming.
You were upset about the way that he lost, and I understand
consider
that.
it bull.
But the thing
It's
is,
all luck.
in tennis, okay, if you serve and hit the net and it falls in, it's called a foul. You can only get 2 fouls, and then you're done. Okay? But in game, after the serve is landed, if it hits the net and falls over, it's called a let. And a let is a point for the person who hit it and it fell over the net. It's not illegal. It's actually one of the cheapest things you can do because no one can predict a let happening like he wasn't able to predict. And I'm glad that he didn't win yet. It means that he's got so much more to do. But I love at the end of this episode where he asks, what if I go pro? It's like, yes, this is the Achan that we know is going to be.
So would he be like 3rd seed or 4th seed? He has to face Obayashi to find out.
I don't know what he's going to be next year.
He has to be seeded.
Well, he made it to the best of four,
yeah,
right?
semifinal. So he has to be a seeded player.
Do you get to be seeded based off of your placing, or do you actually
I think so.
Is it sponsored? Is that seeded?
I don't think it's sponsored. I do like the new character that showed up, the Osanana Jimi for Natsu. I don't know. It's something about his character design.
What, the blonde?
Yeah. His character design is so sports anime. Like, he looks like a character I would see in Ice Shield.
It's because he looks like a character who was made in the 90s.
It's awesome. I love it.
Do you think he's related to Setsuna or whatever her name is?
What the hell's Setsuna?
I don't know. Who's like Onatsu? Not Chan.
Well, she said childhood friend.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought it was brother.
And then I love how Achan gets jealous and all the dudes are like, oh, he's jealous.
I like how the girls started fighting over Achan though. That's pretty
Did
good.
they?
That was last episode.
Oh yeah, when he was crying. That was sad. When he cried.
And then she
Nacha completely freaked out, and then she pats his head and he's like, what? That's such a bad way
It's
to
cute though, but it's
cute.
really innocent. It's like Nachan doesn't know how to deal with her feelings either. Like she clearly likes him. But then there's this other girl who's actually pretty cute too, the glasses girl. But she doesn't really have a chance though.
I like how Achan's best friend is just like totally supportive. He goes to the games for Achan.
Totally supportive. Nozaki-kun?
Hey man, we're not there yet.
Oh my goodness.
We're not there
That
yet.
episode was so funny.
We'll talk about that later.
Did you not watch that with me? Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
I like how he's completely supportive, and like he likes the fact that these girls are fighting over him, and he's like, Achan's finally like moving up in the world. Meanwhile, I'm like, dude, why don't you have a girlfriend? Like, go for one of them.
He's
or something.
gonna get the glasses girl.
That's what I thought he was gonna do, but she has no interest in him, at least yet.
Yeah, but that's always how it is.
Yeah, backup plan.
But do you think he's gonna be able to get into the All Japan one? I think he might be able to.
Well, he's not pro yet. You have to be pro to go into it.
Yeah, but the other guys aren't pro either.
Yeah, he is. He's making his pro debut in that tournament.
No, that's the big one. I'm talking about the little one that all the other guys are in.
Oh, no, but he hasn't. You have to sign up early.
I know, they have to sign up early, but maybe the coach signed him up because he knew.
I don't know, maybe.
Well, I don't want to wait another year, man. I don't want to go through another year of training montage with Achan. I want him to start moving up into tournaments now.
I don't know how much of this series we have left. I'm guessing it's going to end in summer. By the end of summer, it's going to be finished.
It won't be finished.
Well, the
This
season
is going to be
finished.
huge. It's going to be a
I don't
long
know.
series.
I don't know how popular Baby Steps is.
But it's going to be long, I think. I'm hoping it's long, at least.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to get a second season. It's good, but I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, anyways, that was Baby Steps. I'm excited for tomorrow. It comes out Sundays, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Akame Ga Kill. So, Akame Ga Kill, the thing about this is, so we've given this praise in the last couple of weeks, but lately every other major anime has stepped it up and gotten really good, and Akame Ga Kill has stayed at the same level, so now it's only okay in relation to everything else. Like, when I think back to it, I was like, yeah, it was alright. I mean, like, Zankyo no Terror was so much better. Tokyo Ghoul was unbelievable. But Akame Ga Kill was just, eh. It doesn't help that Akame herself is not interesting.
But I like how she's kind of turned into this kind of cute, kind of, what?
Well, she's just Moe.
Oh.
I don't like her. Akame sucks. She's a boring character. She has nothing. I mean, the only mysteries are past, and even that's not all that interesting.
I'm kind of getting concerned, though. Like, you know that feeling I got for Black Bullet? I'm kind of getting it for this series, too. Because I was thinking, like...
I'm having the same one.
Well, like, he's... The main character, Tatsumi, or whatever, he's good. And he was good at the beginning. And even training isn't helping him because he was already really good.
Yeah.
And, like, he was almost able to take out one of these bad guys by himself. If he gets an Imperial arm or whatever, he's going to be OP.
He will be getting one.
And the characters are very generic. And, like I said, it's very gaggy.
Yeah.
Right? And I can't take the horror seriously, even though the horror is gross. Like, it's super gory. Right?
Yeah.
But now that I know that kind of twist is going to be every time, the twist of the first episode isn't hitting me as hard.
Yeah, none of the characters are really all that interesting. I like Balad just because he's goddamn hilarious.
Yeah.
But none of the others, aside from Leon, because she's funny as well, are really all that interesting. The boss isn't interesting. Somehow, even though every episode has been unique, somehow it feels generic.
Yeah.
It feels repetitive. And I guess it's just because, hey, this is a guy you have to kill, go kill him.
Like,
and then they kill him.
Akame Ga Kill this week was like the last episode series I wanted to watch. Like, I just put it off so long, and I don't even know why. It's not like...
It's not bad.
I even watched off-country ones before this. That's big, man.
The off-country ones are better, though. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's okay. But I don't think it's going to get any better than it is now. I'm getting the same feel you are. I'm getting the Black Bullet vibe.
I don't know. Like, the Imperial Arms, I guess, is cool, and it'll make so that some bad guys have sweet powers. I don't know.
Well, we know Tatsumi's probably just going to get an Imperial Arm that's a sword. Of course, they come up with a ridiculous number, like 50-something of Imperial Arms.
72, I think.
But they're not going to get through all of them. This is not going to get a second season.
What are we on? What episode are we on? 4?
4, I think. I sound so down on this series just because it's kind of... the first episode was so good because of the twist. But like you said, now the twist is coming every time.
Here's the issue, okay? As I always say, a good series like this one needs Chaika. It needs a big injection of Chaika. It needs a world that they explore, okay? Because they're stuck in the capital, it gets so boring. All the locations are the same. All the missions feel the same. They've even been mentioning that there's a giant, like, armies and other countries on the western borders that they haven't even visited. Where's the Full Metal Alchemist train travel scenes, you know? Like, travel! I know this probably isn't the anime that I'm looking for.
That's because their job is to assassinate people in the capital.
Ugh. Just do something. I don't know. I don't know, man. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this one?
Why is Tatsumi so dumb to think that his dead friend is still alive? Because when he saw her that she's dead,
yeah,
and he buried her, and he's like, she's alive.
Why would he follow her?
Why would he just fall for her? I mean, I guess I would too, just because I wouldn't believe my eyes and I have to, like...
He's in the middle of a mission. He just finished peeing.
He's insecure.
He is insecure.
Or not insecure, sorry, inexperienced. That's what I meant. I don't know. Akame Ga Kill, don't get worse, please.
Yeah, please don't get worse, or else it'll get really close to being dropped.
Don't go Black Bullet on us. What was the stupid name of the stupid looking monster in Black Bullet? Do you remember? Oh, Aldebaran.
Oh, Aldebaran.
It was such a dumb looking creature.
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh, that CG. Ugh.
All right, moving on to something that's not bad.
Blue Spring Ride.
So, Blue Spring Ride. Oh man, this is good.
It's really
good romance. That scene when they're in the cafeteria and they're laying their heads down.
Oh my goodness,
it was sweet. But I couldn't help but think the entire time was like, if I just walked in on them, they would look really, really dumb from any other angle. Like, cause we got an overhead view and that looked really good, but from any other angle, they would look retarded.
Yeah. No, but it's so cute though. Like, I love how he totally likes her. Like, she was touching him and they looked at each other.
Yeah.
His expressions are totally like, but I think you're totally right. He's getting frustrated that she wants old him instead of...
He wants her to love him as he is now, not how he used to be.
Yeah. But also I think that it's a lot of stuff is bringing up as well, like the past him has to do with a lot of family issues that he doesn't want to think about. But funny, my fiance watches Blue Spring Ride with me every Monday when it comes out. And she...
This is so funny.
Every time Ko does anything that is like really forcing himself on Futaba, like
grabbing her hand
or whatever, Or like, he's like, he says, he's such a jerk. Why is he always playing with her like this? Like, why is he always like doing these things that'll make her all confused? And he's so mean to her.
And then you and I are like, it's so romantic.
So romantic. Look at him, he's holding her
I was like,
hand.
oh my god, Ko, you're so awesome.
And then I took a step back and looked at Janelle and went, he is actually being kind of mean, isn't he? Like, he's totally confused. He's making all these...
Ko has like completely, like, I'm totally on his side. I can't not love this guy. He's so awesome.
You know what? They're in a really cool stage in their relationship that's a lot of fun. Like, even though there's a lot of, like, tension and angst, you don't get that anymore. Like, I'm married now, and there's no angst really, except for some of the personal issues that we deal with, like family or friends externally. And sure, there's some fights that go on, but it's not like the angst of, like, that longing, burning desire you have. You know what I mean? Like, that feeling, you know what you mean? When you liked somebody and it was a crush, like, that burning desire turns to, like, a mature love.
Yeah.
That is more cherishing instead of, it's hard to explain, but
I know exactly what you mean, yeah.
Unless Janelle and I really put the spice on our life and do some really weird, like, flirty things, that feeling probably won't come back. That really cherishing kind of, I don't know how to explain it. The high school romance feel.
The butterflies.
And the butterflies do come sometimes when she's doing something really cute or silly or whatever, and it makes me laugh.
Or teasing you when you're podcasting.
Me. But, like, those are different butterflies.
That butterfly was rock hard.
It was cocooning, bro. About to emerge. Okay, anyways, Blue Spring Ride is a great series about a really awesome time in someone's life.
This is such a better romance than The World is Still Beautiful was.
Yeah.
The World is Still Beautiful was more of a, I think I've already said this, like a fantasy romance. This is a lot more realistic, and which is why I like it a lot better.
And it's serious too. There's some, like, I love it when the little girl, I don't remember what her name is, got her cupcake stolen.
That's so funny. She just like walks away, puts her hands on the walls, like, I'll make you pay.
Me and Janelle laughed so hard at that. And like the girl, that Mao.
Oh, dude, I hate that shit.
She's so weird. And like the teacher's, his brother is doing the best he can. Honestly.
Kudos to this guy, honestly.
Props to him. And she's not even that attractive though. So.
No, she's not. She sucks.
And like, I don't know.
As a teacher, like, come on, like 14-year-olds, you're not going to do anything.
And I love how they're reacting to each other. They're in high school. They're not 14 anymore.
15-year-olds are
not second year in high school.
16-year-olds are not going to do anything.
It's getting close. Yeah. That's close to your upper limit.
Evelyn.
Upper limit.
Upper limit, sorry.
Evelyn, yeah, it came out that way.
That's a legal age in Canada.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, 16.
Oh. I didn't know that.
13 in Japan, which is
But I really
weird.
liked how that Mao girl, she like, when she saw that the cupcake girl was standing there, she like almost reacted, but then she just walked away. That's realistic. She was super embarrassed.
It's true.
She didn't like rage or do something stupid.
Right away that she was into the teacher because her head was down and she was blushing.
Even the first moment that character's introduced, you know that she's into the teacher. When they're walking down the stairs, he goes, "Oh hey Mao," or whatever her name is, and she looks up the stairs after him.
Oh, I didn't notice
like,
that.
Clearly that, yeah.
I also like this makes sense because I'm a very I'm a very blunt person. You know this. I say what's on my mind. If I have an issue, I'll say it. Ko is exactly the same way, but he won't, like, when she calls him out, he won't say anything because he doesn't want to be mean to a girl.
I love this scene.
And then I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't either. You're right. I want to. I'm like, I want to tell her to shut up, but at the same time, it's just like, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I love the scene where, she sees the Ko and that girl, even though I don't really know what happened in that thing. Maybe.
I think she was confessing to him.
And he smiled and gently let her down, I guess. Anyways, I love how I thought she was hiding behind a curtain. It turned out to be two guys.
That was hilarious.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you with me? With me? And then this made Janelle so mad. It was so funny, her reaction. Like, because I've seen it a million times.
In anime, yeah.
In anime. When Ko grabs her and says, "Oh, this is my girlfriend."
Yeah, it's a sequel.
Janelle's like, "No! He's so rude! She's not his boyfriend!" I'm like, Janelle.
But he saved her.
I'm like, Janelle, he saved her. He's like, "Doesn't matter, he's being a jerk."
Really?
And I'm like, Janelle, like, I don't understand.
I thought that was pretty romantic. Honestly.
But we do because we've seen it so many
I
times,
guess.
right? But he has repeatedly said he doesn't like her, and then he says, "Oh, I'm her boyfriend." Janelle's thinking in her mind, she's totally leading that girl on. I hate this guy. And I actually like watching it with her because she gets things from a brand new perspective than
Dude,
me.
I want to watch this with you guys now.
It's so fun. You should. Mondays, man. So yeah, that was Blue Spring Ride, and it's good. I
think that's going to come back, the confession. And like, she'll probably run into the girl that confessed.
I doubt it. That girl looks so generic.
No, but I think they might do the shoujo staple where she's like, "Oh yeah, he said he already has someone he likes." And then she'll be like, "Oh, he likes somebody."
But he said he doesn't have a girlfriend, though. To her.
Right, but having a girlfriend, having someone you like is completely different.
I guess so, yeah.
I don't know. They might do that. It's a staple.
Monthly Girls Nozaki.
Oh my god, that BL manga. They stayed up all night to make BL manga.
And I love how I totally called it. Like Janelle she gets pretty uncomfortable like when anime does the things that I'm used to it doing, like joking about like the BL and stuff or whatever. Like even in Barakamon, when the girl's like obsessing about the BL or whatever.
That was so funny.
It was pretty funny. But Janelle like kind of is like, what's going on with this? And it's just like, I'm just like, it just happens, okay? And like, she's like me times 100, okay?
Okay.
But anyways.
Times 100, good God.
I know. So Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, she was actually doing really well this episode. Like when they were doing the whole, what do you call it? Virtual novel?
Dating sim. They were playing
dating sim. Okay. I was explaining to Janelle what I have to pause Nozaki-kun a lot for Janelle to explain what's going on. Like she had no idea what a dating sim was.
Right. There's a lot of tropes in it.
I explained it to her. She's like, oh, okay. And then she was laughing a lot about how, when, Mikorin or whatever, Mikoshiba, he was having a hard time, like when he's like, what? She liked the gift last week, and now this week she doesn't like it. And Janelle's just laughing her face off because she's like, yeah, it's true, man.
Because he treats it like they're actual people. It's hilarious.
And then Nozaki starts playing, and he treats it as like the Suzuki guy, and he's like, there's only one girl for him. And he's like, she's being so mean. And I love the flashback with like the Tomada or whatever his name is, the maid helper guy.
Yeah.
The flashback of like what he was doing with his life, and he's like, there's only one person. It is clearly the hero. Oh.
You gave up 3 years of your high school life to help me.
And then
Mikori's like, you should have enjoyed it yourself, damn it.
It's so funny though. Like that's a classic. Like, but I actually felt for the guy too. Like I was watching it, and I felt so bad for him. Like I miss high school. High school is a lot of fun. And thinking to devote your whole life to the main character's romance, like when he was like, the pillow fight's going on, he's like, I'll cover for you, man. And the guy's like, oh, it was so good. And then it ended with the BL manga that Sakura saw. I laughed. And then when they were walking to the school, I was like, look, this kind of TV show, or this kind of anime, it does scenes. Okay, that was scene 1. So, scene 2 is gonna be pretty much nothing to do with what they were just doing. They'll refer to it, but it'll move on. And that's exactly what happened. They didn't talk about the BL manga anymore, or the dating sim.
I'm so used to that I don't even notice.
Exactly. But they kind of do the next scene where they're trying to show that Mikorin is no good around girls.
So
which is kind of a continuation of the last scene, but they didn't reference the manga anymore.
I'm fine with girls, and Sakura's like, oh, he does have friends. He gets a text, help me.
Well, because did you hear his conversation? It was so funny. He's like, yeah, look at these new socks. They're so clean, aren't they? Look at how white they are. You like my socks? Oh, they're the best socks ever. And he's just talking about his freaking socks. And these girls are like, oh yeah. And his voice is that strained version that comes out when he's really nervous. Mikorin is a great character.
He's so funny.
His socks, the poor guy.
I love him.
And then I like it's classic, but I love how the prince or whatever took over his mixer. Or whatever.
Yeah,
so
we saw it coming.
And I don't know, that mixer scene wasn't as funny as the dating sim scene. It was okay.
It's mostly because we knew what was going to happen.
But I liked how Nozaki-kun was getting so into it or whatever, and like Sakura, when she's like talking about whose favorite person is, he's this specific height and black hair, and he's kind of out of it, like clearly talking about Nozaki-kun.
Yeah.
How does Nozaki-kun not get that it's him?
Because he's dense.
He's so dense.
But with him, it's funny. A lot of harem protagonists that are dense are really annoying. But with Nozaki, because he's so serious about everything, it's hilarious.
But I love how Sakura is being way more open about her feelings now. Like, she's pretty much explained in plain detail that she likes Nozaki-kun a bunch of times in this series. It's really funny.
I like how Nozaki chooses the route of the girl. It looks like Sakura, and Mikura's like, does he know it's Sakura? She has the best route online. You just read spoilers.
I love how when he called Sakura for help, like, I'm feeling really weak right now. Sakura's like, ooh.
He needs me.
And it's like,
it's legit.
It is true. It's good. So that's Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun.
It's still my favorite.
Every week it's so good.
So good.
And I'm so glad that I'm actually watching it weekly with Janelle. It's so good.
And now we get to talk about Sword Art Online.
I like it a lot.
I don't.
I love this episode because there's a lot of world building in it. They took them all around Sword World?
Gun Gale.
Sword World.
It's a gun game. So you've confirmed again that it's bullet of bullets, not ballet of bullets.
Oh, ballet of bullets.
Ballet of bullets.
I believed that they wouldn't do it. Okay, I believed.
And the anime with Desu Gun, I have no faith in.
Okay,
all right,
but they explored the world. I like that.
All right, I don't care because it's still bad writing. Okay, I've said it every week and I'll say it again. Shino is fantastic in game as whatever her name is in the avatar. I can't remember. I don't know if she knows her actual name or the in-game name. She's funny. She's funny and she's exciting and she's happy. And outside of the game, she's interesting because she's down and she's trying to get over her past and she's just trying to survive. So the two sides of her, it is. The two sides of her are fantastic and she is easily the best character in the show, at least for now. Kirito is still so badly written. God damn it, stop being a Mary Sue. I'm so sick of it. Oh, this game's never been beaten by anybody. A beginner's gonna try? No way. And then he gets all the money in the world. Like, I was actually excited to see Kirito try to beat people with lower tier weapons and seem like, I thought he was going to get I thought a sword was going to be cheap and that's what the only thing he was going to afford. And I thought he'd beat people like that, but nope, he just does this stupid game. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I can get over it. I can get over the stupid writing.
Yeah, it's true. They did just give him $300,000.
And then he's like, oh, I'm going to buy all this and this. I'm going to buy a sword. Oh, I got to make it black, which I actually like. That running joke is funny. And then they're like, oh, we only have 10 seconds to get to the bullet of bullets thing, sign up thing.
It was 5 minutes.
Whatever. And then they're running, and it's like, all right, that's cool. And then he's like, oh, let's go on this bike. And then he's driving the bike. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Although I'm like, doesn't he have to buy the bike or whatever?
She did buy the bike.
Did he?
Yeah, when he put his hand in, it's a registered thing. It's a chip thing.
Oh, okay.
That was Janelle. Oh, no, stop.
I like how you changed her name from beautiful girl to the wife.
Yeah, buddy.
It's nice.
She's still beautiful, though. Don't get me wrong.
Beautiful wife. And then the fucking Shinon. Oh, I just swore I didn't mean to. Shinon, goddamn, is like, no one can handle this bike. It's so hard to drive. God damn it, you've done it once this episode. Why do you keep having to hammer in that Kirito's a goddamn badass?
Because he is.
It's stupid. It's bad writing.
This is what's happened, okay? I'm assuming not many people transfer their characters from fantasy games into this gun gale.
Sure, stats are one thing, but stats shouldn't teach you how to drive a bike.
No, but it's because he has a motorcycle in real life.
He has a bicycle in real life.
He rides a motorcycle.
A scooter.
A motorcycle.
He can't ride a motorcycle as a high schooler. He has a scooter.
Is it electric, though? Or motorized?
I think so.
He knows how to ride it because people who go into the world can ride it.
No.
Okay? And not only that, his reflexes are because he spent so much time in Sword Art Online that he was able to get those crazy reflexes.
It's been a year.
He plays still, all the time.
He doesn't fight anything. He just hangs out with Asuna. And then he just sleeps on her lap.
Yeah, that's true.
He hasn't done dick all.
Yeah, but he's a
like,
beast.
This is our world.
He's a main character. Why can't you just accept that he's a shonen character, man?
Because bad writing's still bad writing. Look, when Luffy is a shonen character, but they have explanations for the crap he does. Okay?
No, he does. Most of the time. Luffy's incredible.
With the exception of Gear 2 and 3rd, and 2 they did explain in the movie. Gear 3 they never did. Every single power he's ever had, every single thing he's ever done has been explained.
Yeah, because he's impossibly amazing. Luffy has an unwavering ability to accept anybody for who they are immediately and beat the bad guy and know exactly who to fight.
Sword Art is not good. I don't like Kirito. Kirito is the main reason I don't like Sword Art.
I like Kirito because he's a main character. You know that when things get rough, Kirito will come through. But why is that so bad?
That's the thing. He'll never lose. He's never lost.
Yes, he has.
Actually, he's lost once against Heathcliff because he was cheating. He will never lose, and that bugs me. Do you think a lot of people are saying
Does Sailor Moon ever lose? You still like
she does.
Oh, okay.
Also, Sailor Moon is meant for little kids. Okay, we can't put it on the same pedestal here.
Sword Art Online is not for old adults, though.
Sword Art Online is meant for teenagers.
You know that all anime is meant for teenagers most of these days. You know that, right?
Yeah, and we like it. Okay, look, Tokyo Ghoul. Come on,
that's not true. Yeah, okay, it's in most. Okay, Terran Resonance.
Who do you think Death Gun is? People are saying they think it's the guy who's part of the government.
Death Gun?
Yeah, I don't think it's him.
I don't want to think about that.
I don't really care who it is, really.
Yeah, it's just a guy.
It's just a random guy that Kirito's gonna beat eventually. Also, apparently Season 3's been announced as Sword Art. God damn it.
Excellent. I like this series. It may not be the best, but it's good. I just like it.
I don't even know if I can call it good. Well, I really like the action.
It's not bad. You're just nitpicking. You're nitpicking for no reason.
How am I nitpicking?
You're nitpicking. So he rides a motorcycle and then he has good reflexes.
A flaw is a flaw.
It's not a flaw.
It is a flaw.
They announced the Kirito is awesome. What's wrong with you? Why do you hate him so much?
Awesome at everything because he's written so badly.
You're not Kirito.
I'm not jealous.
You're just jealous.
I'd rather be Shinon than Kirito. Shino.
You
I
would.
keep calling her Shinon. Who's Shinon?
The girl from GJ Club?
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I like that girl.
Anyways, I like Sword Art Online. You don't. Okay, Sailor Moon.
It's okay. I want to bitch more about Sword Art, but I have nothing else to say.
Sailor Moon was... Oh, Sailor Moon. Okay, so Sailor Moon is classic shoujo in that you know exactly what's going to happen in the episode to a T.
You pause the episode halfway through. We just watched this today. And you're like, okay, there's half the episode's left. In 10 minutes, the villain's going to be revealed. And then about 2 minutes after that, they're going to transform. And then another minute after that, Ray's going to become a Sailor Scout. And he hit the play button, and lo and behold.
It happened exactly like I predicted. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I still got like a little bit of goosebumps when Mars was transforming. I'm like, oh, this is so, whatever. I don't know. It's just, I like it when things come together and the arc finishes or whatever. Because what I like is that I know that it's not going to stay like this. Just like Hitman Reborn didn't stay like that. Just like Sakura Cardcaptor didn't stay like that. Something's going to happen that twists the formula around and makes it good. It's like Sakura Cardcaptor, eventually they started releasing a bunch of other stuff, like the old cards were getting released and all these other things, and that started getting good. It wasn't every episode she caught a new card, whatever. It wasn't every episode Hitman Reborn, I don't know, Death Sprit Bullet or something, and then he transformed, okay? And I know, I've never seen Sailor Moon before, but I know that Sailor Moon's gonna get a little more intense once they all get together.
Yeah, emphasis on the little.
Yeah. So,
the reason I like Sailor Moon is since we know exactly what's going to happen because it's extremely predictable, we can just talk while we watch it.
And we make fun of it so hard.
And we miss nothing. We make fun of this so much. It's great. We riff it so bad.
But like when Sailor Moon or like Usagi became like the flight attendant for the stupid bus.
We literally had to pause the anime because we couldn't stop laughing at her reasoning for becoming a flight attendant.
She's so dumb. And then how does all the characters know their special moves?
So
like
stupid.
even Rei I understand because apparently she knew her special moves way before. But I just don't get it. It's just so... whatever. It's really good. I don't mind watching it every 2 weeks.
Yeah, bi-weekly. But,
you've all seen Sailor Moon. We don't need to review it. It was a good episode. It was good. Why are we even covering it?
Rei, I don't know, it's fun. Rei is, I said it before, it's weird how they made her really pretty because she was always the least good looking of all the Sailor Scouts, of the main Sailor Scouts, I'd say. Actually, no, that's for, Mercury. She's still the least good looking. But they've prettied her up, and it's strange to me, because to me, Rei was always the strong one, the strong Soon. And she still is, but like, I don't know. I feel like she didn't get enough screen time in her own episode.
Oops. Rei?
Yeah.
Her eyes got really twisted weirdly in some of those shots.
When Usagi was getting hit by an ice blast, and she's like, "Is that you, Usagi?" "No, I'm not, Usagi." And then it turned into the Hearts
Usagi. Usagi's voice is so likable now.
It is. We used to hate it.
It's because I like it because she's so dumb. She's just like the arcade.
I love how dumb she is, though. It's just so funny.
And who keeps putting those magical items in the arcade?
It's Luna. She does it on purpose.
Oh, I see what it is.
It's the best way to get Usagi to do something.
It's true. But why doesn't... oh, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Alright, let's move on.
Tokyo ESP.
So, Tokyo ESP was good. A lot of reveals. Honestly, I'm still just waiting for Tokyo ESP to get to where it was in episode 1.
Well, I like how they did this. I like how they showed us the hardcore that was Tokyo ESP, with the white girl as like a lore in society, and now all of a sudden it's jumped back and it's spent 3 episodes, giving us how everything happened. And you know what? It's really good. It's doing really good for itself.
I don't know if it was this episode in particular that was weird, but the action was off with Rinka. Whenever she was fighting, it seemed so slow and just sluggish. I don't know. It was weird. Maybe it was supposed to be that way because she got beat to hell in the last episode.
Well, she was really weak.
I honestly completely forgot what happened last week. So when she showed up and she was like had a swollen face, I started laughing. I was like, "What the hell happened to you?" Like she just shows up. She goes through a wall and she's like beaten up. I'm like, "What the heck happened?" But that was funny. Biggest reveal is Peggy can eat goldfish and take away your powers. And Magneto, that's what I'm calling him because I don't care about his actual name.
The Scarface?
Yeah. Magneto is, he calls it the Collector and he wants it. The Sword Girl, Minami, I think her name is Crowhead's sister. And so they're family, and I think Magneto's her dad. And so Crowhead was adopted into that family.
Well, it makes sense because he was like, I think his past is Italy, I think, honestly. Like a mobster-filled Italy. Because it seemed that way when they were all getting shot in his flashback and
I guess.
stuff.
It's interesting. I really like the story. I love Rinka's dad. I just call him Wolverine because he looks like Wolverine. I love how Black Fist completely falls head over heels with him. Like, and every scene that she's in his hands, in his arms, she suddenly gets more and more in love. Like, at first it's just a slight blush, and then it's a full blush and a smile. And then later on, she has hearts in her eyes, and she's like holding her hands together while staring at his face. It's just really funny.
Well, he's so manly.
He is really manly.
He has no pupils, though.
And then he does.
I didn't really understand.
I love how she goes invisible, and then she shows back up to him, and she's like, "You were raised by such a magnificent man." And then he's just like, "What do your parents do for a living?" And she's like, "My parents are dead." Yeah.
Oh,
She's Batman.
Feels sad, man.
And then she's like, I'm Rinka's eternal rival. And Rinka's like, why? Why are you here?
For the dad?
So Rinka, the dad, Crowhead, and the new girl who has psychometry are all living under Rinka's dad's friend's roof. They're all living under the guy at the bar.
Oh, him, yeah.
And then, like, Rinka keeps showing up with more people, and he's like, a crowd is nice and all, but I'm running out of room in my house. And she's like, I'm sorry.
Well, they still have Glasses Guy, and that's pretty much it, right? Because that's their
main.
The OP is so lighthearted.
It is. It doesn't fit what happened in the first episode.
No, it doesn't at all. It's so lighthearted. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, I didn't watch this episode. Sorry, everyone. I just got to reveal that. I was trying to sound like I did, but I was making so sure that I caught up to everything, but I didn't realize that yesterday Tokyo ASP came out because I was realizing, I'm like, it's only at episode 3. Is that going to happen? Where's the 4th one? And I just missed it, but I'll watch it later.
It's good. It's funny. I like how Wolverine chucks cards at people.
So he's not magnetic, is he?
He's magnetic.
Oh, okay. Or is he just attracting things?
I think he's magnetic. And so he attracts the card to him, and then he, like, repels it.
Oh, okay.
And that's
so
how
he's Magneto Wolverine.
Yeah. Wolverine's actually Magneto. I don't really care about Oh, by the way, Rinka's fallen in love with Crowhead.
Of course.
Yeah. I don't really like him. I don't dislike him. I'm just kind of,
Mm-hmm.
He's the only thing I don't like about him, really, is the fact that he'll shout out, Mirakaru! When he's around Rinka.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
He spelled Tsukishima wrong.
Who's Sukiyama? Tsukiyama?
Tsukishima?
Speaking of Tsukishima, it's a city in Japan, I think.
I don't know about that. Tokyo Ghoul. Easily, in my opinion, the best episode of the week.
Like,
oh my god.
2 episodes came out, I think, since we reviewed it last.
Maybe?
Yeah,
I did.
Because we got the episode where he got tricked by Tsukiyama to go into, like, the arena place, and...
You gave him a nice suit.
He did give him a nice suit, but then they were going to eat him.
Yeah. So, I have an issue with Tsukiyama. It's the fact that his voice actor is the same guy who voiced Tamaki from Orange High School Host Club, and he uses the exact same voice. I cannot take him seriously. Every time he talks, I'm just waiting for him to say, Haruhi, let's go. Or, Kyoya. And I'm just waiting. And he speaks French too, and Tamaki spoke French. It's like, it's the same character, but slightly creepier.
And the guy, we looked him up on Mal, he, like, totally fits the voice.
It is, the voice actor, you gotta look him up. He looks exactly like the guy should. Like, honestly, the voice suits him perfectly. It's weird. But it was hardcore, man. The newest episode that came out, it was good.
Yeah, like, I love the dark, I like how they brought back that teacher guy, the orange hair with the glasses.
I didn't at first because I didn't care about him. Like, he should have died. But then they had the whole flashback.
But ghouls have healing powers, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're like Wolverine.
The flashback totally endeared me to him. I felt for him. I was like, oh, it makes sense why you're an asshole now.
Yeah, well, his sister got owned.
Yeah.
And then he was going to give up. But I love how he saved her from suicide because he was just looking for someone to eat.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of a weird connection, right?
Yeah, and then he just takes a bite. He doesn't want to do anything anymore. He loves her.
Yeah.
They're in love.
And I love how he called it a nasty scar, and it's actually a scar she probably cherishes.
Maybe. It was pretty funny when Toka's about to bite him, and she's like, look away. I was like, are you, like, it's an odd request.
I wouldn't want to watch someone bite into my shoulder.
I would.
Why does everyone go for the shoulder? There's more meatier parts on your body than just the shoulder.
It's probably to take the least amount of damage possible.
Well, that's where that's where your major artery is, I think.
Well, she didn't hit the neck.
I guess so.
But man, Toka's wings are so cool.
Yeah.
And the way they form, where they're like kind of slowly like ice, even though they're not made of ice, it's just so cool.
Do you think his flesh is like super powered? Is that why she got so strong?
Nah. It's just, she was only weak because she was filled with human food. And it was messing her body up. And kudos to her, by the way, for eating all the food that her friend made her. Even though it's bad for her body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She really likes that friend.
She does. I like how she's like, there's a boy in your room. Eat this with him. And she gives a thumbs up and books it. That's a good friend.
It is a good friend. She wasted 3 years of high school for that friend. I'll never forget that.
That was like a good
but Tokyo Ghoul has really shot up my list, though, because it's really... It's good.
It's number 2, man.
It's giving me a big Blue Exorcist feel, kind of, but...
It's so much better than Blue Exorcist.
Yeah, it is. Blue Exorcist had too much gaggy stuff.
It was funny. I rewatched it, not by choice.
With Georgie?
Yeah, because here's the thing. When Georgie wants to watch anime, he'll come over to my house, and then he'll either watch it on Netflix on my TV, or he'll Chromecast it to my TV. And because of this, I've watched Code Geass for the 4th time, and I've watched Blue Exorcist for the 2nd time, which is a series I never wanted to rewatch.
It was okay, but the manga
It was only okay.
Yeah.
Now I was watching Steins Gate, which I don't mind watching for the 3rd time.
Steins Gate is awesome.
Or 4th time. I've seen Steins Gate way too many times.
Well, you played Steins Gate,
I've
right?
also played Steins Gate multiple times. I 100%ed that game. It took me a while. So Tokyo Ghoul, fantastic. I would say it's number 2 on my list for this season so far.
Interesting.
It's amazing.
Speaking of amazing, this is a slice of life that I like a lot. It totally reminds me of Silver Spoon.
Yeah, I wouldn't really consider it a slice of life because there's actual development.
But Barakamon, oh man.
Barakamon's
It's actually
really
Barakamon. Mal lied to me.
good. So that BL...
Okay, so the last episode, the previous episode, we're introduced to the glasses girl. Stereotypically is into manga, and stereotypically is into BL.
But she doesn't want to be. She
No.
doesn't want to be a Fujoshi.
No, she
like,
discovered it by accident, right, in that box, and she started freaking out and said no one should ever find it. And then she searched him down because it might have accidentally arrived in the box that she gave him, and it's all they accidentally hugged each other. And it's like the third or 4th time that she's seen those two accidentally do BL stuff, like when they're catching the mochi or whatever. She's like, it's really funny. I kind of find that as a funny development. But what the heck is with her younger brother?
What do you mean?
He's creepy.
No, he's not.
He's blushing at the guy.
He is?
You should rewatch it. He has some creepy fetish too, man.
Nah, he just played games.
No. He has a creepy fetish.
I don't think so.
I think he has something to do with because every time the main character what's his name, Hanada, would mess up something technology, he would blush. I'll have to show it to you. I'm dead serious. Like he's something's creepy with this kid. Exactly like his sister.
I don't think so.
No, it's true. I'm not lying. I really like Naru. I like the way she talks.
Naru's fantastic. She's such a good kid character. Bubbly and excited, but at the same time she'll apologize when she does something wrong. But I like just the way they troll her because she's a kid. The paint is gonna melt you, and then she freaks out. It's stuff like that.
Careful, man.
Yeah, I forgot to put it on
Why
silent.
you do it right now?
Might as well read the text message to see while I'm at it.
No, don't read it. Fine, let's read the text message.
Uh,
What's on Raj's cell phone from Mom?
You guys can come around 1. Oh, she sent me another one. Doesn't have to be earlier.
Oh, excellent.
Come home? Question mark?
No, to the shower.
Yeah, I have no idea where that is.
Oh, interesting. Well, let's see what Janelle texted me. What's on Spencer's cell phone?
So now we're just...
I've got 32 hours a week until the 23rd, then I do not know, and I got Saturday the 23rd off.
Is there a smiley face in there?
Yep.
Nice.
But I don't really know what that means. Saturday the 23rd, were we making plans? Uh-oh, were we making plans and I forgot? I didn't put it in my calendar.
23rd of August?
I don't know.
I don't know. I won't be here for
When's
that.
your birthday?
6th.
Right, it's coming up.
Yeah, 4 days from now. My brother and I were born 4 days apart and 3 years.
You'll be 22.
I will be 22.
That's exciting.
Is it?
Hey,
I think it's the same thing as
I don't
21.
know about you,
Don't you dare.
But I'm feeling
Don't.
22. Everything's gonna be. Don't hit me. Okay, fine. Okay, but anyways, back to what are we talking about? Barakamon.
That's on the subject of Taylor Swift. You played that love story song at your wedding. Not a bad song.
It is a bad song.
And then I watched a music video. I was like, this is horrible. Like the music video made me hate this song.
Some of Taylor Swift's songs are actually really good. They're just way too overplayed.
She's not an attractive looking woman.
She's thin and hipster.
She's weird. It looks like she's had plastic surgery, even though I know she hasn't. Like she looks like a mannequin. And
She's
in a
very
bad way.
mannequin, pastel-y kind of.
It's weird. Sorry if you listen to this Taylor Swift, which you probably don't. What if she watches that? I doubt she does. But
I like Taylor Swift. I'm not upset about that.
I'm not hating on her. I'm just saying she looks weird.
But anyways, the last episode, Barakamon, about him painting the boat, I thought that's pretty funny. Even though I think what he painted was ugly. I think it was ugly. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it wasn't all that great.
Well, it's probably because he had to cover up the stupid handprints. But I like the logic behind it. Like, I would be nervous painting on a blank canvas.
Yeah.
I've done that before. But then the kids, destroyed it, and so he had to cover up, and that was his duty, and I like how the gangster dad, was watching the whole time or whatever, and totally found the boards. I love it. It was so funny. The series is so good. It makes me laugh. Have you watched the miniseries?
I have, but I don't find it interesting.
Yeah, I watched one of the episodes. It's about fishing or whatever. It was pretty funny. About fishing for a craw or something.
Yeah. I don't really like the miniseries. There's another one of these. I think it's Tokyo Ghoul that has one. Like a
Sword Art
miniseries.
Online had one. Sword Art Offline.
Oh, I watched one episode of that and I couldn't anymore. I was so bored.
Okay, speaking of not bored, Terror in Resonance, or Terror in Tokyo for some reason,
Apparently you've heard of this Terror in Tokyo, which I never have.
or Zankyo Tokyo Terror.
Zankyo no Terror. That's not a hard thing to say.
Zankyo no Terror.
You were pretty close. Zankyo.
Oh, no, Kyok.
Kyok? Kyo.
Kyo.
You're at an extra K.
Zankyo no Terror. This is totally Death Note and Code Geass.
This is really good.
It's really good. I like how it's super realistic. I like how the main characters, I love the way they react to each other. I like how messed up Toji is. He's the smiley one.
Yeah.
Like something's messed up about him. I know that.
Definitely.
Arata, I know that seems very dark and kind of broody, but I know that he's more stable than Toji, I think. Lisa bothers me, but I actually think Lisa has a dark, twisted side to herself too. We saw that on the motorcycle. And
are you gonna destroy the world? And he just laughs, and then she laughs too.
Yeah, Shibazaki is really the classic investigator type.
He's the classic, like, seasoned, gruntled cop, but he does it really well.
Yeah.
And he fits really well into this show. I just love our main characters whose names are numbers for some reason.
Well, it's because they were labeled in that
Oh, yeah, that's
ward, right?
Speaking of,
No, we're not going to say that.
no, but I'm going to say that don't check the My Anime List page for this.
Yeah, you'll be
anime.
spoiled.
Yeah, we got a spoiler.
Like one of the major spoilers of...
We're assuming it's a major spoiler.
Well, because, yeah, we assume so, just based on, like, the various attributes of the person that we saw, plus the name. It was very much a spoiler. So don't look at Mal because it'll just ruin it for you.
Yeah.
But I like that they didn't blow up another thing. They actually blew up the cops' security network. That's what I liked.
And I like how the cop that one cop is like, he got so mad he just threw everything away. Because that's in work.
Yeah.
Like hours and hours and hours of work that they poured in. And it's completely gone now.
Well, they found the back door. That was pretty interesting how they found it. Like, this looks like an interesting... Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was weird.
I don't know if it's real, but it looked pretty awesome. And it's animated wonderfully. Like, the motorcycle scene was beautiful. I really liked it.
That motorcycle scene was amazing. And that's where I finally found how people said the soundtrack is great. Because it fit amazingly.
So good. The soundtrack is fantastic.
But I have to disagree that that people say this opening is amazing. I think the opening is really bad.
I think the opening is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I love the silent, like, and it's so, like, it's all about... Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I'm thinking of the opening for Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul is a great opening.
That's a great opening.
This
anime, it's a good opening. Okay?
I think it's crap.
It's decent, but man, I don't know whose that was. Tokyo Ghoul's opening, it's so true though. It's like, what's inside of me, and it's like this whole thing, and it's not generic, and it's awesome. Like, Tokyo Ghoul is an outstanding anime that actually makes you feel something. Zankyo no Terror.
Hey, you did it.
Thank you. It's alright.
Yeah.
I'll have to rewatch it, but I actually watched the whole thing. Come on, start.
I know someone on Twitter said that it's like in their top 10 openings. It shouldn't be.
Well, it's weird. This season, I'm actually finding myself watching all of the openings and all of the endings, and not stopping.
I don't watch any of them. I hate the Sword Art opening. I don't know why.
What's the Sword Art opening?
It's generic. Actually, Sailor Moon opening I watch.
Sailor Moon opening is awesome.
Even though it creeps me out, I still like it. Tokyo ESP opening I can't watch because it's so
happy.
It's way too happy for what the anime is.
Aldnoah Zero's opening is pretty good.
Actually, I really like Barakamon's opening.
Yes.
I love it.
I love the
Naru's opening the door and she sees he's not there, and then like the smile face.
The painting and all that. It's really good.
It's really
beautiful
good,
too. You know what's really good openings that are really chill? You haven't watched this yet, but if you're looking to just like get rid of all of your ambitions for life for a little while and just kind of like sink into your couch and watch a great anime, watch Mushishi. It'll destroy everything you had planned for that day because you'll feel like a mush. It destroys. I don't know how to explain it. Mushishi is awesome, and this season ended with such a light thud, but it was so Mushishi. Like, it was so good, and the characters are funny, and it's every episode, it's like an episodic thing where he takes care of an issue with a Mushi and then deals with it, and sometimes it crosses over, and you need to watch it.
Blue Spring Ride. I have the opposite problem I did with Nanana's Buried Treasure, where the opening song is okay, it's not all that great, but visually that opening is so pretty. I love the opening. I love watching it.
I don't think I watch it. I think I skip ahead.
It's so nice. So Terror in Resonance, or Sankyo no Terror, or apparently Terror in Tokyo, really good. Top 3.
Oh, it's my top one. I look forward to it every week because I love Death Note. Death Note was one of my favorites.
It's fantastic. I said it on Twitter, but this is so much like a movie. The cinematography is great. The soundtrack is fantastic. And the characters are amazing, and they get developed every single episode.
Look at what we're watching. Except for 1, 2, 3 anime, all of them are action. All of them are intense action anime.
I want to call Zankyo no Terror action, though. There's not really any action in it.
Well, it's more psychological. But last season was all romance, pretty much. There's a couple, like Chaika and Black Bullet. But, I mean, honestly, we had so many harems and so many romance that we were watching, right?
It was great.
It's weird to see how the seasons kind of flow well with each other, like, differently. I don't know. I'm really enjoying the season a lot. And I like that we're not watching that much. It's easy to catch up to.
Season 3 of High School DxD was announced.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Season 3 of I Don't Care was announced, too. Did you know about that?
I'm excited. Can't wait to watch it.
Yeah?
I hope they don't go, you know what, I don't care. Since they managed to, the way they do fan service in High School DxD, the reason that
Straight up boobs,
it
right?
doesn't, yeah, but the reason that it's not awful is the fact that they'll do fan service, but then they'll continue on with the story while the fan service is going on. Like, there'll be a fight going on, and then the girl's top goes off, but then she won't care, and she'll beat up the other girl, and then the story will continue. And it'd be like, all right, so they have the fan service, but the story's still going. So the story doesn't pause for the fan service, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I know Disney's fantastic. Also, I already said that, season 3 of Kuroko. I'm still waiting for that. Come out, please.
Same with me. Titan as well.
I need you.
I need my Titan.
I need my Kuroko. Roop, my little brother, reads the manga. I look over his shoulder sometimes. I see him reading. I'm like, I wish it was
Titan?
No, Kuroko. I'm like, I wonder what's happening, but I don't want to read it.
How far ahead is he?
I have no idea.
He's probably not very far. Did he start reading
Well,
the manga?
he knows what... they finished Inner High.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what, we didn't finish?
Yeah. So he knows what the perfect copy is, and he knows what the, whatever the last guy's name, Akashi,
What his
he knows what his
powers
powers, yeah.
I'm really tired, man. My back is sore.
I want to sleep. So I'm supposed to go to this wedding shower. My mom is like, you can come later, and it's at this place. I'm like, I have no idea where that is. She didn't even tell me an address. She's just like, it's here.
That COSPA school thing?
What is that?
I don't know what that is. Why are you looking at me? I was just over reading your shoulder. You want to play League later?
I don't have my computer with me. I expect it to run away.
From here?
Yeah, to go home, and then go to a stupid wedding shower.
Well, now how far away is it, you think, roughly?
I have no idea. I don't know where it is at all.
Well, max, how far?
Oh.
At least, I don't know, max 30 minutes probably.
Yeah.
So you could probably, maybe we could play League Online or something. That'd be weird.
Wish you would tell me where it is. Because if I don't go, I'm going to get yelled at. And I don't want to get yelled at.
Well, if you get yelled at, you don't have to go, though.
I don't want to. She knows I don't want to go. I made a big fuss about this.
Anyways, we're not going to bore you with our mundane lives. It's not really mundane, but it's still boring. You want to end it?
Not really.
What do you mean you want to end it?
No, I just want to keep podcasting, you know?
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, but we have nothing else to podcast. We covered... Okay, let me just talk... How is all the crappy animes that we dropped? Are you still watching Rare Wars?
Yeah.
Is it still bad?
It's the same as it always was. It ramped up the fan service to 10. So it's like, it's gone High School DxD level almost, like a step below. Like, it's like almost completely fully nude, and then like there'll be a very thin shelf, like blocking the nipples of a girl. They had a beach scene, so they're swimming, and an onsen in one episode.
Oh my gosh.
I
knew that episode gave me bad vibes, man. I'm glad I dropped shit.
Well, considering the fact that the asses of every single girl, like, completely defined.
Yeah. Yeah. They took time.
It is what it is. I don't like the main character. He sucks.
He has to suck, or else you take away from the girls.
He's boring. Well, I don't know. The main character in The Invaders of Rokijoma is still really good. He's awesome. Because he doesn't put up with the crap.
Oh, the boob rubbing guy?
The Kotaro guy. Satomi Kotaro.
I can't believe I thought that was going to be good.
Someone called me paranoid for names. He's like, Raj, you're a little paranoid. Like, this came out way before this. I agree with you. You're right.
It's true.
I have no defense against that. You're completely right about that.
Can we end it now?
What are we at time wise?
Well, my back's sweaty. It's like an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, we're at an hour and 34. Come on, with the ending song and the opening song, it would be pretty good.
You have any plans for today?
Yeah, at 2:30 I'm going to Janelle's parents' house with Janelle to have lunch.
She spends a lot of time at her parents' house.
No, not really, not at all.
It feels like it.
She hasn't been there in a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Feels like that way for me. But it's okay, we're not talking about it.
Shot me down.
No, that's true though, she doesn't. I don't let her that much.
It's good.
I want her to be with me, man.
I know how you feel. It's like, yeah, your parents are important and all, but now we live together. I want you to be home. This is your home, you know?
So, me and Janelle, we've been working through a bunch of, like, stuff, because, like, I'm wanting her to be with me, and her parents kind of are really important to her, too, so she's trying to find a balance.
Right.
But we got in a huge argument, because, yeah, huge argument. It was one of our first ones, where we went to, I just got off work, Janelle had the day off, and she was spending it with her dad. And I'm like, that's okay. And so, I had to drive to her house to pick up Janelle from her parents' house, which totally set me back, like, to girlfriend years, right? And I was like, oh, it's kind of, I want her to be home at my house. But I told her it was okay that she could spend time with her dad because, you know, she misses her. It's nice. He has days off on Monday, so I just go pick her up, right? So we had a huge argument because I go there and I'm hungry and tired and I didn't really want to hang out with her dad. Like, I don't really like.
You just got off work, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I go up to their back porch, you know, like in their backyard. And I'm just kind of, I'm like, oh, hey, Russ. He's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. Just got off work and blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, that's good. And then Janelle's just sitting there. And I'd called ahead of time and said, hey, we're going shopping, right? She's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm on my way. Let's go right when I get there. She's like, okay. So I go there. She's still sitting on the chair with her dad on her iPad, writing the grocery list that I asked her to write a while ago. And I'm like, oh, you're writing that now? She's like, yeah, I just got distracted or whatever. And she's talking about how she went to White Spot. And I'm like, oh, that's okay. That's fine. But she's still sitting there. And I'm like, I want to leave. I want to go grocery shopping and then go home, right? I don't want to spend time with your parents, like, again.
Right.
And so I just like, oh, okay. So I kind of lean on the porch railing and look at the grass because it looks really nice still from the wedding. And I'm just relaxing and
look at the grass.
Well, looking because the grass had grown a lot and the flowers had grown, and I was just looking at because I hadn't been there since the wedding, right? All the lights were taken down and everything. It's kind of sad. So then I'm just sitting there, not really saying anything, and then Janelle kind of gets up to go, and then I chat with Russ a little more. You know, I'm just doing a basic thing, like. Russ knew that I wanted to leave. So I get Janelle. I kind of help her get her stuff. And we go. I'm like, see you, Russ. He's like, well, see you, buddy. I'll see you later. Then we drive away. We go shopping, Walmart, all fine and good. We go to the car. All of a sudden, she pulls a bomb. Why are you so rude to my dad? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then she's like, you were so rude. It's like you wanted to leave. I was like, well, I didn't want to be there. She's like, why didn't you want to be there? And I was like, oh, no. And I'm like, honey, we've been to your parents' house every day for the last 5 days since we've been back from the honeymoon.
Really?
Yeah, like we just kept coming back. And I'm like, I've seen them. I saw him yesterday. I know exactly what he did. I don't need to ask him how he's doing. And I was kind of being upset about it. And she's like, ugh. So we got in this huge fight. And then I was like, I'm right in this. So I like tackled this fight head on. Like we were arguing in the bedroom forever, which sucks. The bedroom should not be a place of argument. So we're arguing and I'm like, look, I boiled it down to this. I'm like, I need to know that I'm going to be your number one. Like, in a fight, you'll choose me over your dad. She's like, oh, well, I will. Like, you didn't prove that to me today. I walked up, hungry and tired, and instead of you assuming that I was hungry and tired, you assumed that I was rude. Which meant, on a scale of me to your dad, you chose your dad and viewed me as the enemy. Instead of viewing me as somebody who was hungry and tired and wanted to go home. Right? And so I was sitting there and we got in this huge argument and she's like, you know, I need to blah, blah, blah. She kept saying stuff about her family and I was just like, I need time with you. I don't mind hanging out with your family, but I need to be, like, I need to know that you're going to be choosing me over them. So we got this huge fight, right? And then she's like, oh, okay. And at the end of it, she understood what I was saying and finally, like, relented and said she was wrong or whatever, which felt really good, but we're not going to talk about it. But,
feels good to win.
Sorry for all you young teenage viewers, okay? But showers with your wife are awesome, okay? I love showers.
Where did this come from?
I'm going to explain. This is the nail in the coffin for me. We agreed that because it's so hot here in Vancouver right now, every night. So we have cold showers and then we go to bed. Okay. So I'm like, honey, let's go have a shower. She's like, okay. So I'm in the shower waiting for her to come, as excited as any husband would be. And I hear, just a second, honey. Oh, hey, Dad. How's it going? And I'm like, so I'm showering and she's having like a 15-minute long conversation with her dad because she wanted to say goodnight to them.
Oh my God.
So she's calling her dad and she talked to her mom. I had time to have the whole shower, dry up, brush my teeth, or have a snack first, brush my teeth, get dressed, crawl into bed, and go to sleep before she ended that phone call and said, oh, how come you're out of the shower? And I was like, honey, before I say nothing to you, because I won't say anything to you for the rest of the night, what did you just do? How did it interrupt our time? What did we talk about this afternoon?
She's the one who called?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I went to bed. And she went, oh my goodness. And I just didn't say anything to her. The next day she apologized and it's been better now. Like, Janelle's been way better. She's been like, making sure she doesn't take like calls or text messages or whatever when she shouldn't and when we're together and all this stuff. So it's been getting better, but that's actually, I thought it would be money. I thought it would be friends. I thought it would be, all that stuff is fine. The only thing that's the big issue here is family. Because Janelle was such a family-oriented...
Because she can't let go?
She can't let go. And you know what? She can. That's the problem. She can, but her dad can't. Her dad is, like, so attached to her.
Oh, he cried a lot on the wedding.
I think what's happening is that her dad didn't spend a lot of time with her when she was a kid, because she spent a lot more time with Corey, he did.
Makes sense.
And because she's a girl, he's a guy,
right,
whatever,
yeah.
right? But then when she let go, he started getting this ridiculous amount of, like, regret. And he started feeling really bad about it. And so now he's, like... texting her every day and phoning her, and it's actually getting obsessive. But every time that I mention how obsessive it is, I become the bad guy, right? And so it's so sketchy territory for me to do.
It's true.
So all I do is pretty much spend as much time with her as I can, and kind of say in a nice way, look, can you spend time with me and not your parents or whatever? So every time now, and I hate that this happens, that her parents call or anything, I get this twisted feeling in my heart, just like this angst and this regret, because like I feel like I'm battling her parents for her attention. This feels like a classic anime or something, man. This feels weird. Like, I don't really know how to deal with this. But it's been better. That was like the first couple weeks. It's been better now. Like, her parents haven't really been calling her like as much anymore.
So her dad can't let go, but her mom can?
Oh, her mom's totally fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's funny, because she wouldn't let go of you at the wedding.
No, she wouldn't.
Rehearsal.
Her parents... Like, I married Janelle young. She's 19, right? Makes sense. Usually some people have a lot more years to deal with this kind of stuff, so I guess it makes sense. My parents don't even care about me. Like, they care about me, but my dad is such a goof. And
my dad is amazing.
And my mom is such a goof. Like, they're like, oh, you're going on your honeymoon? Like, the next week? Okay, so we're gonna leave the house so that because we live in, like, the basement suite of their house, or whatever, and we're gonna leave so you can have some quality time with your wife so you can do whatever you want and be as loud as you want and not have to worry about it. So we'll leave for a whole week. And we'll get back right when you leave for your honeymoon. I'm like, okay. But I'm like, wait, that means I'm not going to see my parents for 2 weeks.
Oh, where'd they go?
They went to just the States to go to like 1,000 trails or something. Oh. So anyways, they leave. My parents don't even care about I'm just married. Janelle's parents are like, oh, don't leave, please. They're like, we had to like hang out with them, like Google Hangout with them, like at least 2-3 times on the honeymoon.
Oh, are you serious?
I don't know.
That's lame.
And then I'm like, honey, do we have to do this? And like, oh, it just it's like, they want to see me. I'm like, ugh.
It's the honeymoon.
I know. But sure, to be fair, there was downtime and I was texting you guys, so it's technically the same thing, whatever. So I was like, okay, fine. We'll talk to them or whatever. But then they're like, oh, you should come home now. And I'm like, no, this is my honeymoon. It happens once in your life. Ugh.
They want you to end the honeymoon early? Are you serious?
Sure. And then she was like, oh, it's a joke. And I'm like, it's not a funny joke. So anyways, this past 15 minutes has been Spencer's. Like, I love Janelle bits. I am not sad that I married her. The only thing I'm sad about is how attached her family is to her. I just don't know how to deal with it. And you know what? Every week I'll try to navigate it better and better. But I mean, today was supposed to be a day that me and Janelle spent together, like by ourselves, like whatever. But I'm like, you know what? I'll take the hit. Okay? So we're going to her family for lunch. And then we're going shopping at Sears with some of our gift cards to go buy some microwaves and stuff.
Finally, you're going to get a microwave.
I know. So just to spend time with her family. And then tomorrow, we're spending the lake day with her family. So I'm hoping if we spend this weekend with her family, we can have the whole week away from them.
Probably not going to happen.
I know. I've tried to invest in the bank, but the bank is just greedy
and
endless. And it's gone.
I think it also has to do... This is totally the marriage podcast now.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the fact that we're guys and parents are just able to let go of us more easily. Yeah. I mean, I'm a big family dude myself in terms of my immediate family. Extended family, I don't really care much about.
Not me neither.
But at the same time, I'm like, I can't wait till I move out. And my dad's like, I can't wait for you to move out.
Exactly. And your mom's probably... Actually,
no, my mom's like, never leave. Yeah. She's like, if you leave my house, it means you don't care about me. And I was like, oh,
that's
see ya, Mom.
But that's the problem. Like, I'm looking forward to setting out my own traditions and hanging out. And you know what? Janelle's been great about it. Like yesterday and the day before was all me and Janelle all day.
That's nice.
And it was really nice. And like we go to work and we hang out or whatever. I just get like when her dad like sends these long text messages because he's so obsessed. I'm just like I get that he's your daughter. She's your daughter, but she's now married. Okay? And she's mine. And I'm not trying to say it like that, but I kind of took her from you. You let her go. You gave her to me. That's what you said at the wedding.
It's true.
So why are you holding on so tightly? So, like, he's a really good guy, and I honestly think this experience has changed him for the better. He used to get really frustrated and angry all the time, really easy. Now he's really soft-spoken and gentle. Like, the transformation was huge for him, and I think Andrew's really happy about that. But it's still, like, I just don't know what to do, and I don't know how long it'll take me to put my foot down, you know? I've been putting my foot down, though. Like, last night, we were just about to go to bed, and I was tired, and Russ called on my phone, and I'm like, I'm not answering that, you know? She's like, why? I'm like, because we're sleeping. And she's like, just answer it. He's like, he might need you. He wouldn't have called like this late because he already knew they were going to bed. So I picked up. He needed help with the projector he's buying because he really liked the projector system that they had set up for the wedding. He wanted to get it so he can movie nights at his house.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. So I helped him, and then
How late was this?
9:00.
Oh.
Janelle wakes up at 5, right?
Yeah, that's right. She wakes up early.
Bakery. So I'm like, oh, that was nice. Okay, I hung up. She's like, I don't like that you were like, I don't like that you didn't want to pick up the phone because then I was rude to him when I picked up. And I'm like, so? Honey, we're sleeping. It's our alone time. And then she's like, oh, okay, I guess so. So she's beginning to understand where I'm coming from, which is nice. And I'm not going to stop putting my foot down. Like, I'm not going to be that family that just spends all their time at their parents' house.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't want to be that way.
I know some people like that.
And I don't want to do that. Like, you
want to start your own family,
exactly.
you know?
I have Monday night dinners with my parents and my immediate family. Okay. And I see Levi on the offhand because we're friends. Like, we're part of like a friend group. We're friends than brothers, kind of, you know what I mean?
Opposite of me, my brother.
Yeah, I see Bryce sometimes or whatever, but so sporadic, right? And then that's kind of how I want it to be with her family, just sporadic, you know, whatever. But they want to plan these big family outings, like they've been bothering us for 2 weeks to try to get a plan to go camping away with them, and like that's fun and everything, but just stop being so. I don't know how to explain it. Janelle's family is super family oriented, so
I have none of these issues because I'm single.
Being married is difficult. There's always issues that come up that you don't expect. So we're gonna tag this definitely as. If you're interested in any kind of marriage related, how long was this? Oh my gosh, it was like 12 minutes now of this. So, anyways, I apologize if you've listened.
See,
to this long.
this is Spencer and I just normally.
That's our normal conversation.
This is how
I actually forgot we were being recorded. Sorry about that.
I was actually like, is he really gonna see all this on the podcast?
Well, what else is there to say? I didn't like name my father-in-law by name.
He did. He said his name.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't really matter. I love them to bits. I love them a lot. The problem is I view them as equals, but Janelle thinks I should view them as someone I should respect.
As parents, yeah.
Which I understand that. I need to have a balance of both. But I challenge them, honestly. I feel like I can challenge them on their actions because I'm an outsider, right?
Yeah.
But that's not how it should be.
You're a married man, Spencer.
I know. I have responsibilities to protect my wife and my own tradition. Anyways, we'll see how it is. I talk big, but I'll probably settle this in a very easy way. I usually do that. I'm pretty good at solving arguments, so I'll try to figure it out the best way that
Spencer's
I can.
not as blunt as I am.
No, I'm very.
He goes for the
tactful.
Yeah, you go for the let's try to do this as peacefully as possible.
So I'll figure this out. We'll get a good balance. Next week I'll say, oh, it worked out perfectly or whatever. But this is just me ranting. It feels good to get off my chest, you know.
I don't really have any problems in my life right now.
Oh, that's good.
I lost like 4 games of League in a row last night.
You stayed up till 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I did. I have a rule, and my rule is you don't stop playing until you win. And that rule has forced me to stay up a lot, like really late, many, many times. Just sometimes. The worst thing is because you get more tired each game, so I play worse and worse and worse, so the chances of winning get smaller and smaller. And yeah, it sucked. I won at the end, though. And then I was like, it's time for bed.
You gotta wake up in like 3 hours.
Yeah, I got like 3 hours of sleep.
Okay, you want to end it like normal?
All right, I guess.
You gotta come closer to the mic, though. You're being too chill.
How's this?
Okay, I don't know. It's good.
I'm pretty close now.
Yeah, you are. The peaks were getting smaller.
I could boop it with my nose.
Don't boop.
Boop.
No.
I booped it with my nose.
Oh, look at that peak I'm gonna have to fix, man. You make more work for me. Jeez.
The minimal editing. You know, ironically, in the Godly Knows podcast, I said you have to do so little post. That was the podcast where you had to do the most post ever.
That was the most ridiculous.
You did I think it was like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because it was originally one podcast, and then it was way too long, so you were like, I have to split it. But then it didn't work well when you split it in half, so he started moving stuff around.
I took sound bites from other podcasts in order to make transitions. I hope you guys never noticed because I thought I was pretty impressed with myself.
You did it very well.
So
I'm Raj James Brown.
And I'm Spence of James and Wife.
I'm not your wife.
No, I know. I was just kind of referring to a marriage podcast. And I'm Spence of James and Brown.
Is polygamy illegal in Canada?
Yes.
I thought so. I'm okay with that.
You're okay with what?
Polygamy being illegal.
I'm okay with it being illegal, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were being okay with polygamy.
Nah, no, I'm not a fan of.
Multiple wives?
It seems too much work.
This is too much one wife. Is enough.
I'm just too lazy. I'm like,
I'd have to deal with 2 families.
one wife, no thank you. Or one wife, sure. 2 wives, no, it's way too much effort.
Louise. I'd move into the boonies.
I'm Roger James Brown.
And I'm Spencer James and Brown.
We'll see you guys next week with another recap.
Bye. Wow, that was awkward. Bye. Let's try again. We'll see you next week with another recap. Bye.
See ya.